Hello. Good evening. Twin Minds here. Tonight, we shall play with flowers beyond my understanding. Hello. Hi. How you guys doing? Voluna, Sparkle, the one, Sniper. I appreciate y'all being there. Hi. Hello. I was kind of hoping there'd be the menu music, but no, silent. There's a music slider and everything, and it wouldn't let me have music. But hot off the heels of Steam Next Fest, where we played with their demo of their new game, Strange Antiquities. There we go. I wanted to give their first game a try because it's been on my to-do list forever. So we're gonna do Strange Horticulture tonight and see if it will confuse me ever so little less now that I know what kind of game we're actually getting into. I didn't really fully get it before, but it's kind of sort of like I want to almost say like an escape room, with a day job kind of thing. But there's puzzles to solve and there's brain to use, and I'm not used to doing that. So let's try to use my brain, shall we? Who done it with flowers? Indeed. Oh, hey, there's the music I was looking for. The streets of Undermere are narrow and claustrophobic. In many places, the buildings lean out at the upper floor so that neighbors can reach across and shake hands, or most likely exchange unpleasantries, like buckets of poo. Howdy, Safi. How you doing? Strange Horticulture is a small shop situated away from the main thoroughfares, but it has the advantage of being one of the few buildings in Undermere that stands alone. Plants, you might have noticed, need light, and light is in short supply at street level in this town. Might need to unjazz the music a little bit more. Recently, the shop passed to me after the death of my uncle. There is much to learn, but one thing is already clear. The rare and unusual plants that he stocked have their uses after all. Myrrh. Now. Myrrh. Morale. Day 1. Friday. Gizmo. Gizmo. Fish. Hello, Scooby. Should we have fish visible for this game? I feel like fish being visible wouldn't be as distracting for this game. This game features small text. Hold shift to zoom. Aha. Neat. Neat. Yeah, I think visible fish should be fine. Let's do it. Alright. 'Tis Friday, day 1. I've found it. An excerpt on the elusive Wandering Blue. Wandering Boo. Wandering Boo. Come to the library in Ambleside and I'll tell you about it. I even found something on the Gilded Dendra that might be of interest. Simone. P.S. Give Hellbore a good scratch behind the ear from me. I'm assuming that's our lovely little void kitty. Yeah. Good kitty. Good kitty. That's a good name. Hellbore. I like it. Okay, so first and foremost, this game starts you off with just about as much information as you get from the other game, and that being not terribly much. So it's all about finding, exploring, pointing and clicking, and seeing what happens. I got a flower. Interesting. So I can't flippy and explore like we did with the other game. Okay. Ah. Flowers. I see. I see. Alright, fair enough. Figure that out later. Okay, so we have... Flower. Blue flowers. Light, airy scent. Okie dokie. Can I water? Cannot water. Can I inspect? I cannot. The will to explore. Alright. The music keeps ramping up in volume, so we're going to turn you down even more. Stop crescendoing! You've crescendoed enough already, thank you. Mushroom. Not mushroom. Smells strongly of soured milk, bad enough to make my eyes water. Lovely. Okay. I don't know if we have anything else to go on yet, other than the note from Simone. But I'm trying to figure out what we got. Small red berries. Great. Smells faintly of wood smoke. Feels like rough glass paper. Rough glass paper? We have glass paper? Neat. It looks kind of like a bonfire in plant form. I kind of dig it. Yo. It's pungent, but not unpleasant. The bulb is a soft yellow. The leaves are waxy. Okay. How about this one? There's a sweet scent like strawberry dipped in honey. Neat. Okay. What else do we got? I'm gonna try to avoid hitting the hint button unless we really need it. I have a growing fear deep within me. I cannot let it take hold. Fair. Drawer. Ah. Dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills to the northeast of Backbarrow. Keep it secret. Okay. Northeast of Backbarrow. Alright, and then we also need to go to Ambleside Library. Okay, let's go explore. See if we can find those things. I neither have the time nor inclination to explore. Got it. Ah. You can water your plants using the watering can to earn will to explore. I see. I have earned a will to explore. How much do they need? Is it like 1 per? Oh, it's frickin' 1 per. I was just sprinkling them. Oh, I see. Alright, fair enough. You can't wait to remember nothing about this game. That is fair. Okay. Do I get more will to explore? No, I don't think we can bank it. Okay, that's fair. So we need to go to library in Ambleside. Oh, that's a lot of space. That's a lot of location. All right, fair enough. I had to water my flowers before I could explore. Howdy, the one. So the one has also played this. I mean, it's an older game. I'm not gonna say it's old, but it's an older game. It's been around a bit, so I'm not shocked people have played this long before I have. It's been out for 3 years, and I think that's full release at 3 years. So I don't know how long it was in early access before that. Okay, so Backbarrow's here, and the hills northeast of Backbarrow would be here. So we know that we need to go here at some point to get the deadly flower. But I want to go to Ambleside. The library here in Ambleside is one of my favorite haunts. Simone, the librarian, is always helpful and friendly and shares some of my passion for unusual plants. Today, she's grinning ear to ear and can't wait to show me what she's found. We got 2 book entries. Gilded Dendra, Mariska obitus. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as blood succumbs to Dendra's miasma, a sure and painful way to die. The poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. Okie dokie. That sounds delightful. I was gonna read the other one too. I was trying to click and close the one page, not both of them. Okay, fine. Do we remember what the other one was? So I know which one. You know what? Fuck it. We need to read all of them anyway. Now, a note from the author. This encyclopedia can be used as a reference to help identify plants. Note that where I have included sketches, these are not always intended as an aid to identification. Often the description will be more useful to you. Remember to take extra care when dealing with poisonous plants. I accept no responsibility should injury or death occur as a result of misuse of this encyclopedia. Volkswagen. But I will eventually figure out all the navigational methods. Okay. Bishop's Parasol. Episcopus pelibant. A mushroom found in dark, damp places, feeding on any light that gets too close to it. It can seem to draw light in, enveloping its surroundings in darkness. The gills on the underside of this mushroom seep a milky fluid that can be consumed as a treatment for stomach pains. Alright. Doom-da-doom. Why do we doom-da-doom? Why did my heart just go boom-da-boom? Did I miss something? Kitty, did you do something? Alright then, if you say so. Alright, so we still apparently have the will to explore. So before we go dinking around with other stuff, let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Hills. Okay, apparently I have to actually click the button before I can go. Hills, northeast. The weather changes fast out in the hills. What started as a gray morning has turned into bright sunshine. A good thing too, because it takes me several hours to find what I came for. By the time I'm done, the cloud is sweeping back over, a cloak of unwelcome shade. I got a plant. New plant. Got a new plant. And this was the one that was labeled as the deadly something or another. Okay. Dangerous plant grows sparsely in the hills at the northeast of Backbarrow. I know we can label. Can we relabel? Like, can I just label this as Dangerdus right now? And then can I come back and relabel it? Yes, okay. This is good. This is good. Let's label that for right now. Dangerdus. Dangerdus. So we know that we can we? How big of a label? How label can we go? We can label. We can label so hard. Got it. The Dangerdus flower of Backbarrow. Okay, so this is done. Sure. Found it. Excerpt. Simone's note is also done. So I'll slap you over there. Archives. Archives do nothing at the moment. So this thump thump. Why are we thump thumping? Might just be a random thump thump. Might be one to remind me how hazardous my brain is currently. Okay, so let's do some reading. So we read the Bishop's Parasol. Farmer's Worry. Agricola Timor. A spongy mushroom with potent abilities. It's only safe to consume in small quantities. Grants great strength for short periods at the expense of severe fatigue once the effect is worn off. So, okay, so first thing to note here is we have a picture, and then we have a very sparse description. Very similar to the other game. And that was where I was running into some issues with the either the sparseness or the obscureness of the description. So this one, for example, he tells us, don't worry about my picture. Read the description. So, this may or may not be a two-headed mushroom. Spongy with potent abilities. That is the entire description we have for this mushroom. And since I cannot squish it with my little fingers, spongy with potent abilities is not terribly much in the way of descriptions. So if we do these, not as spongy as most mushrooms. Okay, that tells me that this is not a spongy mushroom. Got it. In fact, the undersides are somewhat sharp. Red warts protrude from the caps. This was the one that was stanky. And I don't have any other mushrooms. I think I only have those two mushrooms. So I'm guessing that we don't have that one yet. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Be that way. Oh, we're just gonna leave that right there. It's fine. All right. So maybe it's not worth reading all of them right now. Let's read them all anyway. We're here to learn herbology. The forest camphor, Camimum silva. The strong-smelling bulb of this plant has a powerful soporific effect, making it a common ingredient in sleeping draughts. The camphor produces a beautiful, rounded, dark blue cluster made up of many smaller flowers. Hey, we know that one. The forest camphor. We know that. We know that one. That's this one. That's this one. Because it's got the smelly bulb, and it's got the flowers. I'm going to give you a pretty yellow tag. There's a pH. Something like that. Yeah. Hello, Gila. Hello, Gila. Hello, Gila. Come on. Come on, kitty. Fox button. Camimum vulpus. An offering of fox button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Thick, shiny yellow leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stems. Alright. Is that it? Does it not flower? Oops, wrong. Escape is going to be my bane, because I keep thinking I can hit escape to back out of the things I have clicked. So this has the opposing leaves, but the description does not mention flowers. This has opposing leaves. Hello, kitty. How's the kitty? Kitty. Okay, so that Vulpus does not give me enough information. However, we have more to learn. Gandhi root. Apis demesis. Plant with medicinal properties that can aid with digestive troubles when prepared correctly. Care must be taken, however, as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. Alright. Gilded dendra. Do not drink the sap. This is the one we read earlier. Harlequin blue. Scura caerulea. When the bushy blue flower heads die back, they release seeds with a downy pappus, which assists in wind dispersal. So it's like a bushy blue dandelion. Once dried and hardened, the stems can be burned as incense. As they burn, they let out high-pitched shrieks, widely believed to be the spirits of dead souls trapped within the plant. That's delightful. Lemon dandy. Citrum crispus. Its curled leaves are thought to be the origin of the name of this plant, supposedly referring to a peeled lemon rind. Among several medicinal uses, the flower of the lemon dandy is mostly associated with curing afflictions of the heart. Mary's breath. I am summoning high-pitched shrieks in your neighborhood, Sparkle. The wide, waxy leaves allow this plant to collect the large amount of water it requires. It is said that a person can be bound to secrecy using Mary's breath. It used to be grown in the royal garden so the king could ensure the trust of his confidants, but the practice fell out of favor. Mellow glow. Among other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Though not invisible, it is possible to become hidden from sight and memory. The mellow glow has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. Meow. Wren. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn back in the presence of certain poisons and so can be used to detect them. Though it has no flower, it is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death and sweet to those who have not. Oh, that's a fun one. And a very useful one, by the by. Do we have any wren? Do we have any wren? Or just curled leafy dews? Scent that scratches the back of my throat. Great. I don't think we have any curled leafy dews. We have this one, and the other one are the only leafy ones that we've got. Smooth, waxy leaves. So this one could, in theory, be the, I think it was the Mary's breath? Yeah, the waxy ones. So could be Mary's breath, although just having waxy leaves does not necessarily make it so. So let us continue, but we'll keep that in mind. St. John's poppy. The vibrant petals of this flower can be brewed to create a draft that can greatly improve the imbiber's hearing ability. The flower of St. John's poppy are bright red with a yellow center. Do I have any of those? Yes. I do. St. John's poppy, vibrant red flowers. Doesn't mention any scent to it. And that does concern me slightly. Because if it doesn't mention a scent, yet it has a lovely scent, should I be worried about there being a difference? Hello, ducks. How you doing? Hold up. Wilfrid Voynich. Oh, we're doing the Voynich manuscripts, you say. Alright, fair. The Wandering Buoy. This was the potential other one that we got? Sure. So called because this fungus can move slowly in the dark. It has been known to cover distances up to several meters in a single night. The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They are also quite hard and sharp, earning this plant the nickname Fingersbane. Oh, sharp gills, you say? Sharp gills, you say? I had a sharp gills one. What was this one? Sharp gills, but you'd think that the red warts would have been a distinguishing feature labeled in the book. Winter boar. Also known as blue aloe or blue winter after its cool blue-gray flowers. Winter boar is a hardy plant, often found growing in extreme cold environments. The rubbery leaves make an effective insect repellent when applied to the skin, which is odd for a plant that has very little insect contact due to the extreme cold environments, but sure. It's allowed to evolve useless features. Pet the kitty. Alright, I think generally that is odd. I can't do anything with this, so I'm not really sure what that would be used for. I can't use it to magnify anything. Oh, that actually is my magnifier. It just... Okay, that's fair. Wasn't sure if that was the same magnifier. And then you. You're a coin. You probably do things. I don't know what you do yet, but you probably do things. It looks like it does things. Fair. That sounds unexpected, but kind of neat, Ducks, actually. The color's name is broken because it doesn't paint the color it's supposed to be. Fair. Makes sense. Alright. Now, knowing that we have a shop, I should probably ding the bell. Now, Victoria. My price for doing business is that you must pet the cat. I must have walked past this shop 100 times without ever stopping to look. What a wonderful place to spend your day, surrounded by plants. I came here because I have an unusual request. At night I hear whispered voices, too faint to hear clearly, coming from the floor above me. But nobody lives up there. The rooms are empty. My curiosity has got the better of me. I must find out what they're saying. Oh, she wants the St. John's poppy. You know, that one that I already identified. Or theoretically identified. I am petting the kitty. I'm petting the kitty. Hi. Hi. Okay, so yeah. Let's look once again at the St. John's poppy. Vibrant petals create a draft that can greatly improve the imbiber's hearing ability, which is why she wants it. The flowers are bright red with a yellow center. Okay, so let's take it at face value and assume that even though this inspector talks about the scent that is nowhere mentioned whatsoever in the book, that this is indeed our St. John's poppy because of the description of it. So let us go ahead and label you. You can have a purple one. I was trying to think of something clever, but I can't at the moment. See, I was all like on the ball with the creative names of the flower or the devices or whatever in Strange Antiquities, and then Sparkle gave me hell for it, and now I can't. It's all your fault. It's all your fault, Sparkle. Now my brain's like, I just gotta identify the flowers. All right, have your flower. Hooray! Plant identified. Clavilium. According to legend, clavilium can be used to open any lock, no matter how complex or secure. The heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant the nickname Love Lock. Meow. Meow. Thank you. Cream-colored flowers. They smell wonderful. Blue flowers. Stiff leaves. Now, didn't we have a stiff leaves with the alternating patterns on the thing? That was a mellow glow? It was not mellow glow. Oops, right click. Right click didn't do what I wanted. What was this one? Fox button. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stems. So it mentions nothing of flowers, so it may not be flower related, so this one may not be it. It's got the stiff leaves, it's got blue flowers, so probably not it. You. The flowers are made up of many smaller blue flowers. They smell pleasant. You. Blue flowers, light, airy scent. Okay, lovely. Let's do another ding. Sorry for the startle, kitty. Good morning. Bloody awful weather out there today. Good for plants, though, eh? Got a letter for you. Thanks. He fades into the dark, which is the cat. He fades into the cat. Gosforth is a hateful town. I was beaten and robbed and left to die in the streets. After many days, I was rescued by a kind stranger. Just as I had come to fear, that wickedness had infected the heart of every soul in that cursed place. I began my recovery in the woods to the south of the town with a group of travelers. On the northeast corner of the wood, I sat and stared at a bright flower, and tears flowed down my face at the reminder that there is beauty in the world. I shall be returning to Undermere soon. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Okay, so we need to find Gosforth, and then we need to go woods to the south of Gosforth, and then the northeast corner of that wood. Okay, let's go explore. Where the hell is Gosforth? Gosforth. Woods to the south of Gosforth. Northeast corner of Gosforth woods. You put the pics. I'm gonna go look. Bite? Don't bite. Don't bite. Ooh, pretty purple. And then, like, gold at an angle. Neat. I like it. Sec. Gizmo, stop falling. Gizmo, stop falling. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. So we found the plant. The wood has a calming effect on my mind. It does me good to escape into nature, away from the stench and clamor of Undermere. It's not long before I spy a bright flower among the trees. Thank you, Ooh, it's pretty. New plant acquired. A single sweet-smelling dark flower. Alright. Ding. Something's got those witches in the forest stirred up. They're not letting anyone through. I had to take the long way round, down through Back Barrow. I never did trust that sisterhood. Anyway, I'm here now, and I've brought Fennet from the south to trade for some lemon dandy. Hardly worth the trouble when you factor in the extra miles I've had to cover to get here. Alright, you whiny little so-and-so. Lemon dandy. Lemon dandy. Curled leaves. Thought to be the origin of the name. Looking kind of like a peeled lemon rind. Yeah, okay. Stop. Alright, which one do we have that is like a peeled lemon rind? Coarse yellow leaves. Seems sort of right. That is the only one that appears to be even remotely lemon peel-like. Would you like some of this one? You do not want some of that one. Okay. That wasn't lemon dandy. Oh no. Alright, fine. Screw you, flower. Get labeled. Alright. So, we need to find something that is not that specific yellow flower. That has curled leaves that supposedly refers to lemon rind. Yeah, lemon dandy's in the book. It's just this was not it, despite the fact that it seemed very much like a lemon dandy. It said curled leaves like a lemon rind. Is that you? Scratchy scent. Is that you? You look curled. I mean, it's got curled leaves, so that could be the next bet. And it confuses me because this would not represent lemon rind to me whatsoever. But let's give it a try. You like that one? You like that one? Great. That is apparently lemon dandy. No plant. And here's where I wish I was paying attention to him, because he told me what that flower was, and I didn't listen. Because I was too busy trying to find the lemon dandy. He told me what it was. I know he told me what it was. So the lemon dandy, you're right. Now this sort of does look like the flower, not in its entirety though. Let's find you again. Hang on, where to put you over here? Put you over here. So it's got the curled leaves, yes. Label you correctly. Actual lemon dandy versus not lemon dandy. And the reason, Valuna, I think I wasn't looking at the flower is because, as I kind of pointed out earlier, he straight up said in the intro to the book that the sketches are not intended as an aid to identification. So I kind of immediately wrote off the sketches as useless. So he gave me this one. And do we have any archive of conversation? Because I did not catch what he said he was trading me for. He also said that he was in Back Barrow. Which is down here. I'm not sure the directions he gave me was important. I think there is a conversation history. I'm not seeing a conversation history. There's an archive, but the archive does not contain conversations. We got letters, we got clues, we got labels, we got items. Not really sure. So yes, I got myself all distracted with the lemon dandy situation, that I did not pay attention to the flower name that he gave me, nor the description of his path through Back Barrow. He said he went through Back Barrow, the witches made him take the long way around or something like that, and I thought maybe that would be a clue to go find something else, but I don't remember for sure. No, the clues is an empty tray. There's nothing in here. He said he wanted lemon dandy. Is it the mellow glow? No. So the description on this was pale yellow flowers, leaves are quite soft. That is very little information. Thank you very much. Forest camphor? No, not the bulb. Okay, that's fine. If it comes back later and someone asks for it, I should have a description for it that I can follow up on. My dreams are becoming more vivid. I saw a woman, her face hidden behind a mask, and next to her, a terrifying black skeletal creature. It stood tall, its roving head scanning the landscape, and though it had no discernible face, I could sense a hint of expression about its features. It seemed to be laughing, but not the joyous laughter of a child, a sickly, horrifying laughter that chilled me like the first breath of winter. Ma'am, I sell flowers? These past weeks have been getting worse. I need sleep. You want a forest camphor, do you? I happen to have one of those. Oops, I happen to miss giving it to you. There you go. Hooray! I did it. That was the only one I managed to identify offhand. Butterdale. Often found growing in clumps on valley sides, Butterdale has been used for centuries as a cure for all manner of skin rashes. The dark green leaves can be stewed and mulched to form a poultice. The flowers smell buttery to some people. Buttery, you say? Was it you? No. One of these said it smelled buttery, right? I thought we had a butter flower. Do you smell like butter? You don't smell like butter. I can't believe you don't smell like butter. Alright, let's put our identified flowers over here. Once they're actually properly identified. And then we'll go from there as we need more room. Butterdale smells like Binturong, but I don't know what Binturong smells like. Dangerous flower of Backbarrow. You. I don't think I've looked at you. Flowers are a soft purple with a sweet scent. Lovely. It's very pretty though. I like the color. You. Fair. Ding. I like buttered popcorn. Lovely. Got any wandering boo, eh? That always reminds me of, oh, what's his name? That old hermit inventor, the Wanderer. Anyway, the boo, if you got it. Boo. Did I ever figure out what the wandering boo was? Wandering boo, hooray. So called because this fungus can move slowly in the dark, has been known to cover distances up to several meters in a single night. The gills on the underside of this mushroom form beautiful flowing lines. They are also quite hard and sharp. So this was the one that was the sharp gills, which is probably this one. Oops, this one. Because it's got the sharp underside, it's just, I feel like the red warts would be a very distinguishing factor that probably should be mentioned in the book. So let's assume that you are the wandering boo. Hooray. Lady of Summer. The leaves curl around delightfully, which, combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature, makes this a sought-after ornamental plant. Aids with conditions of memory deterioration associated with old age. Lovely. Now this looks somewhat like this. Whether that's accurate or not, who knows? Alright, so you got a label. I'm going to call you the Wandering Blue because I'm never going to pronounce that correctly. Wandering Blue. Yeah. Been through wrong. Now I'm remembering. I remember hearing about that somewhere. I've never smelt one myself. Alright, so we could explore more. And I'm going to take a random stab. So he came from back barrel. Let's go to here. Nothing. Great. And I have lost my will to explore. Now it is also willing itself to explore. That's great. End day. Pet the kitty. Then end the day. Row H, the third river. It started when she found something she was not meant to find. A book tucked away in a forgotten corner of the Ambleside Library. Okay. I have a feeling that is going to be a very sparsely doled out storyline. Row H, the third river. Great. Now, I had an idea. Let me click that. No. Click that. I feel like this is a method to get something from the map. I just don't know what that something is just yet, nor where to start if I were to use this thing. But it might be something that we get from clues somewhere. Let's see, just looking at something quick. Do we have anything spider related? I don't see anything obviously spider related. Foxfield, Backborough, Whitborough, Boodle. So we got Ravenglass. So we could try there to see if pointing Raven at Ravenglass helps at all. I'm gonna do it. And that is Blackcomb, right there. There are more important things I could be doing back at the shop. Okay, fine. Ruin my attempt at clue gathering. Be that way, game. Alright, we'll slap that back down again. I will figure out what that's for later. Bios was not a button yesterday. So that is a thing maybe. So Faye Swift. I don't think we even talked to her yet. So she is a... Yes. She was the one with the dreams. Okay. So yes, you're right. The bios do have their chat log if we unlock their bio. And apparently we did not unlock the bio of the nerd who traded me a flower. So, partly helpful, potentially useful, but not for identifying that one flower that I should know the answer to because he gave it to me. I feel like that one should have come with a label. Thank you very much. Because it was a known quantity when it was given. Yeah, no, that bio button just wasn't there yesterday, so it's a new feature as of today. Okay, so we got the Wandering Bull over here. We got the Dangerous Flower of Backbarrow over here. I'm gonna actually put you next to the not Lemon Dandy. Yeah, could definitely go visit the card area. The row H, the third river. So row H, River Art, River Esk, River Dudon. So I think that would be the third river technically. And then we also have this one, which is guess this would be an extension of River Crack, because I don't see a river name for this stretch of the river. I only see River Crack over here, and then River Levin over here. River Gulpin is here. Kent and Spirit flow into, merging into Kent. So third river, H. A dead deer in the river, yellowed bone protruding from matted hide and rotted flesh. Death for one provides life for many. New plant. Looks a lot like my previous plant. Hang on. Where'd my new plant? Where'd my new plant go? There's my new plant. Okay. So these two belong together. Not only do they belong together, but they belong looking at each other. Looking longingly at each other. Yay, we did it. Alright, we can go over there. No kiss. Kiss and make little flower babies, please. Alright, ding. Isidore Burbridge. Bring me a sample of Apis demesis, and be quick about it. That damn cat is setting off my allergies. Shouldn't have an animal in a shop like this. Sir, I sell flowers. Flowers are made of allergies. If you're freaking out about the cat, you need to STFU, alright? Alright, Apis demesis. And unfortunately, I don't remember any of the Latin on these, so we're just going to have to look through them. Apis demesis. He wants a Gandhi root. It's technically out, and I was tempted to buy it and play it on my own, so I could get my perv on in my own time. Alright, Gandhi root, plant with medicinal properties, can aid with digestive troubles when prepared correctly. Rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. So we've got these two, both of which look somewhat similar. Single, sweet-smelling dark flower. Dark blue petals are soft and feathery to the touch. My fingers ache from handling this plant. Oh, well, that's not the one. Because he wants a plant that has difficult hard flowers, or hard leaves, rough leaves that can be an irritant. I mean, maybe this is the one because my fingers did hurt when touching it. I was kind of expecting the leaves to be mentioned as rough. Petals are soft. Doesn't mention the leaves being rough. It just mentions the leaves hurting my fingers. So. I'm going to assume this is the one because we just got it from the river. Use it. This is not the one. Okay. So, despite the fact that those leaves are an irritant, it is not the one we need. Cool. Love it. Gila, shush. Sir. He is standing behind me, meowing at me very intently to get my attention, pointing himself, again, like a pointer hound, out my door, saying, "Come follow me." What? What? I have to go chase the kitty. BRB, chasing cat. Gila was upset at the slightly not full nature of his food dish. Because that is exactly where he brought me when I went to chase the kitty. Okay. So, much like the other game, I do take issue with some of their descriptions. This picture looks very much like the flower that we just got, the dark blue one. The leaves are an irritant. The description of this one looks just like that flower, and the leaves are an irritant. So why is this not the right one? So now I have to look for this one, perhaps? Single pink flower that smells pleasant. Nope. Are you an irritant? Scent that scratches the back of my throat. So these leaves are theoretically an irritant. So this flower, it's got the downward curved bell with the swoopy bell shape and the very long stamens coming out of it. Looks very, very much like this one. It's not quite the same, but once again, the very start of the book says don't use my drawings as identification. So I'm going on the leaves are an irritant portion of it because that was the more important piece in my mind. But do we have any others that look like that? We have this one, the not lemon dandy. The leaves are coarse to the touch. So that is not the same in my mind as the leaves are an irritant, but the flowers are closer if we are to actually use the flowers or the drawing as an indicator. I take issue with their descriptions because the leaves being coarse to the touch is not the same as the leaves being an irritant. But is this the one you want? It is. Okay. Meekdew. Beautiful flowers made up of many smaller florets make this a sought-after decorative plant, although it's difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Oops. It did say rough leaves can be irritating, yes. And then this one, flowers made up of many smaller blue flowers, they smell pleasant, does not mention in Meekdew anything about the leaves causing painful sores. I think that would be something worth mentioning in the touch category. But that is the only one that I believe mentions that it's made up of many smaller flowers. That matches the description. Plus the flower description looks about right. Or the flower drawing looks about right. This is like the exact same shape and color of this one. So we shall label you as a Meekdew, right? Meek something. Meek with an M, with an M-E-A-K. Turns out, spelling is hard. Okie dokie. Yeah. Pet kitty. Startle kitty. Oh. Distract kitty so he can't be startled. Lake Undermere's looking fine in the sunshine today. Here's your mail. Thank you, sir. There's an old slate mine at the Hard Knot that has some interesting looking fungi growing in it. I've never seen anything like them before. They seem to have found a niche in the damp, dark tunnels left by the tramways. Thought you might be interested. Well, thanks, Amos. Appreciate you. Old slate mine at Hard Knot. Hard Knot. Do we have an old slate mine, or is it just Hard Knot itself? I think we just gotta start with Hard Knot itself. An iron gate rusted by years of abandonment sits across the entrance to the tram tunnel. Rusted it may be, but it won't budge. Locked. Alright. Fine. It wants Clavinium. Have I ever identified my Clavinium? Do I have the Clavinium? Can be used to open any lock no matter how complex. Heart-shaped leaves have earned this plant nicknamed the Love Lock. Okay. Do I have heart-shaped leaves? You don't look very heart-shaped. These ones do look heart-shaped. Whether or not that is correct is a different question. So I guess we could go try it. Let's go try it. Here, get watered. I'm gonna water the fire flower. Alright, we're gonna go try this as the Love Lock. Let's see if it works, because I think it's the only one I've got currently that has even remotely heart-shaped flowers, so we'll see. Because then this would maybe not be Meekdu. Oh, hey, there we go. Clavinium. See, we have description issues. We have description issues. This flower shape, combined with the description, makes this very much seem like it's a Meekdu. But it also has the heart-shaped flowers. Alright. Aguria. When burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Light blue flowers, like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool, characterize this plant. So you are not maybe Meekdu. You are instead... what the fuck was it called? Chlamydia? Something like that? I don't remember. Clavilium. I'm gonna leave it. It's fine. It's fine. Hi Tracy, welcome. I got mushrooms. I got mushrooms. So let's reorganize. We'll have a little mushroom party down here. Mushroom. 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 Not mushroom. Also, not mushroom. Mushroom. I'm out of mushrooms except for this one that I have identified. There. Mushroom party. Okay, lovely. Now, you... a viscous white liquid can be seen oozing from its underside. Lovely. Smells rotten. Lovely. Seems to give off a small amount of light. Also lovely. Now, we did have a mushroom labeled as having goo, white goo coming out of it. Mushroom found in dark, damp places. Seems to draw light in. Gills on the underside seep a milky fluid that can be consumed as a treatment for stomach pain. So Bishop's Parasol is probably it for this, the milky one. Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. We'll see. Reuben Ward. I'm headed to Grisdale Forest, investigating a possible murder there. I can't say I'm looking forward to it. The Sisterhood are a secretive lot, and they're not keen to talk to me. Their leader, the Arda, or whatever they call her, she's dead. My instinct is they're hiding something. I was hoping you might have some Fox Button that would help me win them over. Do I have Fox Button? I don't think I do. Fox Button. Ah, right. This one. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stems. So, I have a couple that have opposing leaves. Stiff leaves, not thick and shiny. Yeah. Yeah. Small leaves, delicate flowers. Definitely not it. It smells of nothing I can detect. However, the leaves do look about right, based on the drawing. So, let's give it a shot. He likes it. He really likes it. Fox Button. Brimlock. Those suffering from hypothermia can be rescued by a draft made using these leaves from the Brimlock plant. It has a warming effect that protects against extreme cold. When conditions are just right in the cold of winter, Brimlock produces a small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. Brimlock. So you are the fox something. Fox Button. That's the button. And you can go over to the labeled section. Hello, Victoria. I was able to make out the whispered voices last night with the help of St. John's Poppy. There's a medium using the room. Illegally, I might add, holding midnight seances for gullible grievers. Is there a plant you know of that I could use to give them a scare and drive them away? I mean, maybe. Harlequin blue, you say? Do I have that? When the bushy blue flower heads die back, they release seeds with downy pappus that assist in wind dispersal. When dried and hardened, they can burn as incense, causing screams. Okay, bushy blue flower heads. Looks kind of like that. Do I have that? So this one looks a lot like that to me, just in terms of those flower heads. But we've already identified that one, so that ain't it. This one's got bushy blue flowers, but didn't quite look right, because this one has that little loopy dude. It's got hips. It's got hips. Do I have anything? Do I have any flowers that have curves? Because real flowers have curves. No, I think it's just got to be that little bulb that's sticking out there. Just a little tangy. Hello, hi, welcome. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you very much. We got fruits baskets rolling in. How's it going, Tangy? Hello, hi, welcome. Alright, so let's assume this one is the one I want. Harlequin Blue. Hooray, I did it. Shimmerlung. The dried stem of the shimmerlung burns very brightly and noisily, letting off a near blinding white-purple light. Flowers grow wrapped in large, rigid leaves. That sounds neat. I want one. I want one. So you. Purple, obviously. Harlequin. There you go. You can go with your buds. I never got that connection, the one. It's been far too long since I've seen that. Pet the kitty. Pet the kitty, nice. Alright, ding! Bethany Coleman. What would you like? You may have heard the rumors that our Arda is dead. May Arduina bring her spirit peace. The nature of her death is unusual. The Sisterhood does not often look into to outside help, but this is beyond our knowledge. If you show my sisters this letter, they will allow you entry to the forest. Okay. To be assured of your discretion, we require that you use Mary's breath to bind yourself to secrecy. Well, that would require knowing which one's Mary's breath is. So let me see if I can figure that out. I'm kind of new here. Hang on. Wide, waxy leaves allow this plant to collect a large amount of water it requires. I said the person can be bound to secrecy. Okay, so wide, waxy leaves is the only description I've got for that one. This smooth, waxy leaves seems about legit. That is not it. Great. Do I have any other wide, waxy leaves? Veined waxy leaves. I do believe there were veins drawn on this thing. Okay. Great. Mary's breath identified. Let's get that labeled before I forget. Howdy, Exodus. How you doing? We have failed in our duty as protectors of the forest. Our secrets have been stolen and the Arda has been murdered. You will find us deep in the Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lake shore across from the... Torver? Torver. Sure. Please help us. Yours in hope, the Sisterhood of Arduina. Alright. So, Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lake shore across from whatchamacallit. That's not the one I was trying to click. There we go. Grassmere. Is there forest not labeled? I think their forest might not be labeled. Oh, their forest is labeled. Dead center. I'm just being blind. Fair. Alright. So I guess I'm going there. I am doing Peachy Keen. Trying out a new to me game. Grisdale Forest. I guess it doesn't really matter which one I click on in this collection. There. As soon as I step off the road Two members of the Sisterhood step out and remind me that this is their forest. I am not welcome here. I try showing them the sister's letter, but they tell me I'm in the wrong place and move me along without offering any help. Great. Okay, so that was not the right square. Cool. Do we have any more information? It just says a mile from the lakeshore. Do we have a... We do have a scale. A mile from the lakeshore. Ah, I see. So this one. Got it. Would have helped if I knew that there was a scale for me to look at before I clicked, but that's fine. Where's my watering can? I need you. Enough watering. Hey, come back here. Come back here. Okay, let's try that again. So it said a mile from the shore. It could be any of these, really. So let's just try the one opposite of the one I just tried. Great. Wrong place. Cool. Looks like I'm watering more flowers. I feel like there probably was another hint telling me where to go, but we don't have full conversation history, so I'm not actually sure. All I have is the letter to go on. That's pretty good so far. I like the overall theme. I'm still struggling a little bit with some of their obscure clues. I feel like some of them are intentionally misleading clues, but that could be just me. Alright, let's try again. You. Nope. Great. Alright, well, let's help someone else while we wait. Isidore is back. I'm this close to reporting you, halfwit. The last plant you gave me has made my skin itch furiously. I'll have your little shop shut down and torn to the ground if you don't make this right. Well, sir, I gave you what you asked for, sir. You also haven't told me the problem you're trying to solve, sir, so I don't know which one to give you, sir. So he wants Butterdale or Meekdew. So Butterdale can cure rashes, and then the other one he wants is potentially Meekdew, which I don't remember the effects of. Causes pain. Got it. Right. That was the one. So we either give him the one that helps his rash, or we make him a lot worse. So let's be helpful. Let's be helpful. Even though he's being a jerk about it. Dark green leaves. Great. It's very descriptive. Clumps might help. Dark green leaves. I have several plants with dark green leaves. This one's got dark green leaves, and the plant does look somewhat right. And it has a light buttery scent. That sounds very much like a Butterdale to me. So let's go with it. Here, have that. Butterdale. Storian. The dark red fruit should not be ingested under any circumstances, as they are highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and then death. Cross-section of the stem shows the distinctive triple xylem and phloem of the Storian. Great. Don't eat the red berries. Got it. Unfortunately, the cross-section doesn't help me much because I can't cut my plants open to look at what they look like inside. I could be wrong, and I'm not aware of a way to do that yet. Alright, the butterball plant. Great. I'm out of room in my first labeled section. Let's put you there. Scoot you over there. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Y'all get scooted to make room for more labeled. Yeah, I think they're intentionally off with their descriptions, or at least semi-misleading, or descriptions that could potentially apply to multiple different ones, specifically to give you a little bit of a curveball. Okay, so let's try again. So I did this one, and it said it was a mile from the lake shore. Now, they didn't necessarily specify which lake. However, I think Lake Undermere is the main lake that we're talking about. Let's go with this one. Yeah. Okay. So we've done this one, we've done this one, we did this one. This is the only other one that's a mile from that lake shore. Because this is our miles. Miles is 1 square. So as long as they're not talking about within a mile of the lake shore, which could be this one, or this one, or this one. This is the only one left. I guess both of these are kind of sort of left. Great. Cool. Let's just water some more plants. See if we can finish this off today. Okay. Is there any other information I can get from this? Deep in Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore, across from Torver. A mile from the lakeshore, across from Torver. Ah, so it's this side? This one. This one's a mile from the lakeshore, across from Torver. It's not correct. Great. Next day. We'll get there later. Damn these people and their mysteries. North of Hawkshead, east of Lowick, west of Rustland, south of Crinkle Crags. The book both fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time, she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book where it could never be found. Nice that they give us the review. Okay, so north of Hawkshead, east of Lowick. Hawkshead is here. East of Lowick. Where's Lowick? Oh, do I see a Lowick? Am I reading wrong? East of Lowick, west of Rustland, south of Crinkle Crags. So this is Hawkshead, and it said north of Hawkshead. It said south of Crinkle Crag. So it's got to be on this row. East of Lowick. So it's got to be... See if I go on the bigger map. Do we see a Loic? There's a Loic. And then I forgot the last one. So it's on row E. We got that. And then Loic is on 16. Where'd my there's my thing. Can I fold you back? No? Okay. Let's put you over here for now. West of Rustland. Rustland is here. Okay, so west of Rustland, east of Loic is 17. So it's E17 is what I'm getting. So right here. E17. My eyes are drawn to the silhouette of a grizzled old man standing at the edge of a field. His mind is broken, seemingly beyond repair. Vacant eyes fixate on nothing. A whisper of an expression as my gaze sweeps his face, but only a whisper. He raises his arm and points. I follow his outstretched finger and am surprised to find a cluster of wildflowers growing there, hidden from view. Alright. Check out the plants. Lovely. Alright. Okay. Lovely. Pet the kitty. And I don't think we have any more info to go on. Now, I was going to try at some point pointing that compass thing at Ravenglass and seeing where that takes me. But I don't know if we have the patience for that. So if I point this at... If I point this at the Ravenglass, we go down here. But I don't think that's quite right. Or if I hover over Ravenglass and then click where the raven is another option. But I feel like I don't have enough info on this thing to really get much work done. So we'll just leave that there for now. It's fine. Okie dokie. We'll use the will to explore to keep attempting this. Mile from the lakeshore across from Torver. So let's just do that since we just got the will. A mile from the lakeshore across from Torver. So I already tried this one, it didn't do it. Tried this one, it didn't do it. So let's try this one. It's not really a mile from the lakeshore. Unless we're talking about the lakeshore of Torver. Your descriptions confound me. A sister tries to stop me from entering, but I show her the letter and she lets me through. I am ushered into a walled courtyard and then through a large oak door, along a corridor and down a set of stone stairs into a cool basement. Lying on a table, draped in silk, is the Arda. There is not a mark on her, but her open eyes are black. Her mouth, her veins, her hair, all black as a raven's wing. Do you know what could do this? Asked my escort. I set to work. So, wren. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons, and so can be used to detect them. Though it has no flower, it is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death, or sweet to those who have not. So we're looking for long leaves with no flower. I don't actually think I have that at the moment, except for this one. This has long leaves. And it has a scent that scratches at the back of my throat. So I don't know for sure if that one's it, because it doesn't really match the description. It does say it smells unpleasant. So let's do it, and if it gives me a negative, then I'm going to have to keep looking because I don't think I have any others that are long-leaved without flowers. That was indeed it. That is an interesting-looking plant. I kind of dig it, actually. So you are a wren. Gray Sandfire. Sandfire has a tough outer bark which has many useful properties. Some chew it as a form of dental hygiene, taking care not to swallow it, as it can cause unpleasant stomach distress. The flame-like tendrils give off a smoky scent, adding to the impression of a roaring fire. Well, hey, we got that one. Gray Sandfire. Ew. Let's go ahead and label you Gray Sandfire question mark. And then you were Wren. And I'll put you fairly confidently there, just because not too many other flowers are going to look like a roaring bonfire. I extract the sample of the artist's blood and introduce it to the wren, and my suspicions are confirmed immediately. The leaves of wren turn black, which can only mean one thing: gilded dendra poisoning. Upon presenting my findings, I am rushed away quickly. The sisters do not want me hanging around, it seems. They do, however, send me on my way with a couple plants, which I am grateful for. Is one of them the gilded dendra, perhaps? Wait, did I have... I don't think I had the gilded dendra, did I? Not labeled, no. Ooh. I think this is the one that makes the neat flower thing. I know that's helpful. It was a thing I read earlier and I forgot about it. It was the... Shimmerlung? Yeah. Dried stem of the shimmerlung burn brightly and noisily, letting off a white-purple light. Just based on the shape of those flowers. And then Mellow Glow has some sharp thorns. So we just got a sharp thorned plant. Here. Turquoise flowers, sharp thorns. So this could be my Mellow Glow. Maybe Mellow. And then this could be the other one I've already forgotten the name of. The Shimmerlung. But again, it's a maybe. Alright, you can go away. Ding. Wilbur Miller. I'm looking for a plant. Lady of what's it, something or another? I'm no green-eyed dreyer, that's for sure. My mind isn't all what it used to be. It's the one that's supposed to help with mental decline. Lady of Summer, indeed. I know we read about that. I don't think I identified it yet. Leaves curl round delightfully, which combined with an attractive flower and a hardy nature makes this a sought-after ornamental. Aids with conditions of memory deterioration associated with old age. So this, I think, is one of those two dark blue flowers that we have. And it's got the curled, delightful leaves, which would be this one. Curly. So this is the lady of what's it. New plant, Fennet. Chewing the tough root of this plant is said to ease gastric distress and reduce anxiety. It has long, soft leaves. I do happen to have one that said it had long, soft leaves, but I don't think that's enough to go on. You, Lady of Summer. shame to break them up, though. They get to stay together. Long, soft leaves. Was that you? No, it was you? Yes, long, soft leaves. So this one could theoretically be that one. Which was the fennec. And we don't have any description of where to go. I do want to try this thing. So let's do this correctly. Yep. So you, if we put you, let's put you on Ravenglass, and then go explore that one next to Lowwood. Just out of curiosity. No, okay, fair. And then let's go the other route. I need you over here. You point you at Ravenglass, and then we explore that one, which is next to Black Cobe. Right. Okay, fine. Water some plants. Did I come here? Indeed. All right. So my theory about the decoder ring is not correct, and that's fine. It was a try. Still don't have anything about this. We got this. It was like a clue that was in my drawer when I first got here, and we have 5 in theory that we need. So it's just there until we find more of them. And these are the archives of the clues that we've already solved. Okay, that's good. Pet the kitty. They're saying the Arda's been killed. I know a lot of people don't trust that sisterhood, but it seemed to me the Arda always looked out for the less fortunate. Ah. I guess I'm going out exploring. The cold is too much to bear beyond the gap. I was forced to turn back. I would advise against it, but if you are determined to explore Great Gable, be sure to take precautions. Knowing you, I'm sure you'll have a plant up your sleeve that can keep you warm should the weather turn against you. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Alright, that's a hint. Now, he said beyond the gap. I don't know where beyond the gap is. Where's the place he mentioned? Great Gable. Okay. So if I go visit there, I'm supposed to bring a flower that will keep me warm. Do I have any of those things? But I've always been told to mind the gap. Alright, visions of prophecies, stomach pain, draws light in. Protects against cold, Brimlock. Hey, that's the one I need. Brimlock. When conditions are just right in the cold of winter, Brimlock produces a small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. So this one has smooth, waxy leaves. And the only other one that I've got that had waxy leaves was this one, which was already identified as the Mary's Breath. So this either has to be it or I don't have it yet. Both of those things are possible, because I don't think I have any others that are of waxy leaf. But that one does look about right for the brimlock leaf shape. Oh no. The land of Baby Gap. I remember the years of Baby Gap. It was a weird place. Great Gable. Let's go visiting. After several hours of arduous hiking and scrambling, I'm still some distance from the summit. I'm freezing cold and ready to head home. I should do the sensible thing and turn back down the mountain. Unless we have the right flower. I push on, no longer feeling the cold, and am presently rewarded. Sunset Mount Trap. Mount Cap. That C is definitely not an R. Sure, why not? The Sunset Mount Cap is a type of fungus with domed caps, as many fungus are. Sometimes called stinking Mount Cap as a result of the unpleasant odor. It is thought to deter unwanted souls and spirits from entering the home and is often placed in doorways. It is mildly toxic to humans and should not be eaten. That sounds very much like these stinky mushrooms that we had to begin with. Well, very much a maybe. And then you were the one that I have already forgotten the name of 3 times, Brimlock. You can be... Leaf. And I got a new plant. A dusky looking daisy. Lovely. Thump, thump, thump. Hi Norman, how you doing? This plant is cursed. It has brought me nothing but sorrow. Please, take it. I want nothing more to do with it. Oh, okay. Thanks. New plant acquired. Looks a lot like my other one. Mushroom-like plant with red warts growing on it. Oh, see. If they were to give me a book entry that said mushroom with red warts, if I hadn't already identified this wandering blue, I'd be concerned, because they both are mushrooms with red warts. Stop. You, just go away. Alright. Ah, Simone, hello. Hellebore, always a pleasure, my feline friend. I hope he hasn't been nibbling the plants again. I have a favor to ask. You owe me for the hours I spent digging out that information on those plants. I've been burning the midnight oil again and could use some common truss, and I know where to find it. According to Grayson's herbology, it grows in abundance on red pike. I'll come by the day after tomorrow to collect it. I have business in Sedberg in the meantime. Here, take this. Common truss. Despite being described as common, the truss can in fact be quite tricky to find. However, it is known to grow in abundance on the slopes of red pike. Nobody knows why. Its leaves have been used for centuries as a balm against eye strain. The librarian needs a balm against eye strain, you say? I think they just need better lighting in there. Alright, so we need to go to red pike, which is over here. Let's go do that. I enjoy a pleasant stroll up the fell. The going is easy, the weather agreeable, and the views majestic. I do not have to look hard to find what I'm after. The plant. No plant. It is indeed a plant. Common truss. And that's... It is not checked off. So even though we got the clue for it, even though we were told exactly where to find it, and it's all labeled and whatnot, it doesn't get triggered until she comes back and asks for it and we give it to her. And that triggers the successful identification. Okay. Okie dokie. Next. Verona again. Hello. When you work with the occult, I find it pays to uphold a certain image. If you're going to be accused of performing witchcraft anyway, it doesn't hurt to put on a bit of a show every now and then. Let the punters know what I'm capable of, sort of thing. Those are words. Long story short, I may have threatened to turn a small boy into a toad, and the little bugger called my bluff. Oh, don't look at me like that. You know what little boys are like. I do. I was one at one point. I can assure you he deserves to be turned into a toad. Anyway, I think a little display is needed to encourage this sort of discourage this sort of behavior in the future. Have you got any Shimmerlung? I think I might, actually. Which one to use was Shimmerlung? Shimmerlung was this one, or the maybe Shimmerlung. So let's confirm that. Indeed. Candlewood produces a red flower that provides a shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. Long, thin stems grow among tall leaves. That's not very clear at all, actually. But I don't think I have any flower that looks like that. Looks kind of sunflower-ish. I mean, this one has long, thin stems among tall leaves, but does not look or resemble anything like that. Bright red flowers grow at the ends of thin stems. Seems like it fits the description at least. So your label needs a relabeling, because you are no longer in question. Hi, Irving. How can I help you? Sorry if I'm shouting. I'm a little hard of hearing. I'm looking for a plant that can supposedly help me hear better, but I've forgotten what it's called. I remember it's bright red, though. Wasn't that the St. John's poppy? That was the one that we had to use earlier. Yes. Here you go. Plant identified again. Pet kitty. Alright, so am I missing anything in terms of discovering the area? I don't think so. The Strange Antiquities had a lot more secrets and hidden stuff in the shop, but I'm not seeing anything in here. I mean, we've got these buttons, and we've got this drawer, but beyond that, I don't see anything obvious. We've got our shelves of plants, but that's about it. I don't see anything else that would be like a hidden compartment or a secret drawer or notes under a flower or anything like that. I mean, we got a spider. It'll be spider. Wait, I've moved almost all of the plants, if not all of them already. So I don't see any notes hidden or whatever. So I guess we're just getting information as we go. Whereas the other game felt a lot like we had to explore to find notes and stuff. Oh, this card's got a chip out of it. That looks like that might be a river edge that we're supposed to match up and line up. Okay. Time passed. A year, and then another. The book remained hidden, but out of sight did not mean out of mind. The book was what her thoughts settled on when she rested, what she brooded over when she did her chores, what she pictured when she dreamed. All right. So, if I were to whip out the map, let's put you there. Do we have a river that matches this outline? That was my, or a shore of a lake or something. Not really, no. And that was my first guess. And if I expand this out, I can't really use that other card while this is expanded out to see if it fits better when this is bigger. Although I do now notice that the shoreline works pretty well. Right there. So that is going to put it at N6. Let's just go straight there before I forget. N6. Whoosh. The gentle sound of flowing water, the sunlight through the scattered clouds. A reset. And some plants. Lovely. Got more plants. Pet the kitty. Start the day. Hello again, Ruben. How are you? The fox button was no help, I'm afraid. The sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Not that I have the time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. There's been a body found up at the Swinside Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. I don't suppose you've got anything to help keep my lunch down. I have so many things to help keep your lunch down. Half the plants in here are good for the stomach. But you specifically want fennel, you say? Good. I guessed that one correctly. Witch fig. A plant that is said to have many uses, including easing the symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It is also well liked by butterflies. It has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which it is often confused with. Alright. Well, I don't have either of those, so that's fair. So you, Fennett, you are no longer up for question. Lovely. Alright, we have many labels. Not all of them are accurate, but many of them are. We got a question mark here, we got question mark here, and this was just unknown, maybe, but most of the rest of them are good. Morning. Nice day for fishing. Verona Green handed me this for you. She seemed in a good mood. Thanks, bud. I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on the recent trip to the Grisdale Forest, just northeast of Rustland. It was like nothing I've ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if Sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seem overly protective lately. Indeed. Indeed they are. So just northeast of Rustland. And that would put you right here. From the moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly, I find my way blocked by 3 women wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by the order of the Arda, says the leader of the trio. I turn to walk back, but then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve, including knowing that the Arda is dead and helped them solve their problem, but apparently that's not enough. Did I have... I thought I had Mellow Glow. This is the maybe Mellow Glow. Yes. Caballia, a rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from it at the graves of their loved ones. Caballia flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petaled flower is considered to bring good fortune. Lovely. So you are indeed the Mellow Glow. And you can be a purple. With the help of the Mellow Glow, I walk right past the sisters without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect the plant that Verona talked about and take my leave. Meanwhile, the ladies are very confused about a chuckling plant floating by. Oh, you are interesting looking. The bulb is quite firm and turquoise in color. The orange fruits have no noticeable odor. Neat. You go away, you go away. Pet kitty to distract him from the bell. I am afraid. The camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, and I'm very grateful for it, but the visions are as strong as ever. I figured out what the bumpity thump was. The bumpity thump was my will to explore becoming available. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why, and behind her that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand. A mosaic of color that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. Oh. I see. So, let's read up on her. Because I haven't been reading any of these, because I kind of didn't notice that we got a whole bunch of them. She was the only one that we had in this list last I looked, so we have 5 more apparently. Faye grew up with her mother. Her father was rarely violent, but once is enough. When he struck her, it finally broke the hold he had over her mother, and she fled into the night. The sleeping Faye held close. Faye often has vivid dreams, but has never considered that other people do not. She came to Strange Horticulture seeking relief from her nightmares. So her dreams are getting more vivid. Face behind a mask, terrifying black skeletal creature standing next to her. So I think at this point we are given a choice of whether to help her sleep calmly or not so calmly. So Aguria or Candlewood. Aguria, when burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. So, do we, A, make her see more shit, potentially scarring her for life, or do we offer the Candlewood, which is probably a calming effect, protecting her against afflictions of the mind? that is not the one. What should we do? Should we help her see more in her visions, or should we protect her from her visions? I'm not honestly sure which one I would pick. I feel like both have their applications. Either protecting her from potential psychic attack, I guess, if this is what that is, or helping her confront her demons so that she may get over her problems. And I don't know which one. What is this? Oh, that's just an or. Okay, the font was not working with my brain. Let's see if we can identify either of these first and foremost. So candlewood is the red flower. Long, thin stems grow among tall leaves. So I think that was the one that we had identified over here. Bright red flowers, long, thin leaves, long, thin stems. So let's just label you as candlewood. And then the other one, light blue flowers, like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool. And no other description other than this. I do believe we just got one of those. Now this is light blue tufts, soft pale blue flowers. So this is probably it, but I don't think that's even the one I was thinking of when I was first thinking about it. Probably thinking of one of these two, but I've already identified those two, so never mind. So this is probably the Aguria. So, do we push her deeper into her dreams so she can confront her nightmares and potentially get over her emotional problems? Or is this a psychic attack that we need to protect her from? I don't actually know which one I want to do, because I think they both have their merits. So part of her does want to stare down the abyss. So part of her does want to participate in this process. So I think I'm going to push her towards it and hope that she doesn't mentally break. Worry less. Worry less is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of flowers is said to help ease the symptoms of anxiety. If only. Unless that's just weed. Alright, you are indeed Aguria. Margaret Elsbeth. We don't come to Undermere often, but I heard about your shop and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It's a wonderful breath of life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-fingered one, and it's not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him the trip would do him good, and besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake. Shame about this awful weather, though. I don't know, it's delightful to me. You must come to Sizergh. We have a small library with some of the books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they will be of interest to a horticulturist such as yourself. So she came by just to say hi and give me a letter. Sorry, a business card. I'll take it. That's fine. You are cordially invited to Sizergh Castle. Do I have Sizergh Castle? Egremont Castle. Sedberg. Undermere. Grasmere. Dungeon Gill. Hawkshead. Beckfoot. Muncaster Castle. Loic, Backbro. Gleaston Castle is down under the arrow. Daughter Stone Circle, lovely. Scissor Castle, right over here. In between the two rivers. Let's go visit. We were just invited. Might as well follow her home. Be as creepy as possible. I am greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elsbeth herself. She is very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the gardens. "Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you," she exclaims, pointing out a plant that I do not recognize. But before I can stop to take a look, she has already whisked me on to the next. "And this one too," she says. I am quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I'm able to find an interesting entry that I note down. "Don't forget these," Lady Elsbeth cries as I make to leave. She thrusts the plant from the gardens into my hands, and I thank her warmly. What a lovely lady. She really likes plants. Fever Kiss. The red berries provide an energy boost that lasts several hours. The leaves are pale in color. Well, I happen to know which one that is, because we have it. Although, interestingly enough, this, minus the red berry portion, looks almost identical to this plant that they just gave us in the background. So, red berries are important. Fever Kiss, right? And then we got, these are lovely. I like this one in particular. It's neat. So Fever Kiss was this one. Let's go ahead and just label that one. And always question mark until we're sure. Okay. You may go away. We have visited the Lord and the Lady. Yeah, see, these two look very similar in shape, at least, according to the line art drawing that doesn't cover the colors. So we definitely need colors to distinguish these two. Pet the kitty. Pet the bell. Francis Apperton. I'm looking for a plant with yellow flowers and coarse leaves. It helps with my heartburn. Pretty sure that was this one. Great. You're welcome. As he disappears into the darkness whence he came. Selena Scott. They're saying Blackcomb is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me she saw the ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all, but then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Either way, there's something evil in them hills and I'm not taking any chances. Awful what happened to that poor young man up in Swinside. I've come for some stinking mount cap. Stinking mount cap, also sunset mount cap. Did I have that one labeled? That was the question mark of this one. The question mark has been resolved. Lovely. Henchuck. The fruit of the henchuck can have startling effects on memory. Even a small dose can result in short-term memory loss, but in larger amounts has been known to cause severe amnesia. The tuberous bulb is an unusual structure, growing in bursts that give it a striped appearance when cut open. When the outer layer hardens and turns blue-green, it is ready to harvest. I see. Do I have a blue-green bulb? I do have a blue-green bulb. I also have a green bulb. You. Sweet scent. Strawberry dipped in honey. You. Oops, missed. You have the turquoise bulb. So this one could be that in theory. And we don't have any information about its flowers or other structure. Only the part that's cut open that we can't do in this game. So, very possibly this is right. And then... this one. Gets question marks removed. Hooray! She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the Everheart grows. Great. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. Well, that's lovely. Grim, dark. And I don't even know who the she is that we're referring to. Could be us. Who knows? But it could be whoever this person is. Northwest of the abbey. Okay. What do we have that's northwest? Where's the abbey? Let's start there. Northwest of the abbey, she lives in the castle. Okay, so this is the one. The crumbling ruins of Egremont Castle perch atop the hillside overlooking the village below. As I wander through the walled remnants, I am reminded of the legend of the Egremont horn that once hung proudly above the castle gateway. Although long since lost, it is said that the mystical horn, when blown by the rightful heir, has the power to restore the castle to its former glory. Lovely. Okay. Was there going to be more to that? Ah! Buried her husband 3 miles to the east. I forgot that part. I was focusing on the castle part. So once we get more will to explore, we shall go 3 miles east. Hello again, Faye. How are you? What have you done to me? I see the woman in the jade mask everywhere. And that creature that stands over her shoulder. I almost feel like I can sense its desires. It is afraid of the sisterhood, that much is clear. It will lay waste to them. So much death, but it can be avoided with Arduino's protection. I do not know if I am awake or even asleep even now. I feel the darkness tearing at my mind. You need to worry less, ma'am. I just need to figure out which one that is. See, I pushed her. I pushed her to confront her problems. And unfortunately, she is now having problems. Alright, I'm sorry, but worryless, you are a worthless description. An aptly named plant, inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. So the only thing I have to go on is this drawing and the fact that it has flowers. It has flowers is a good start. Alright, it has flowers, and the leaves look somewhat like this, somewhat like this, somewhat like this. They look like that. The leaves look like that. Great. Great. Do I have that? Not particularly. I don't think I do. But let's go ahead and try this one. Now let's go with this one. So this one is cream-colored flowers that smell wonderful. The leaves look close to right. The stem tip looks kind of sort of right. Probably righter than this one. This one is also pretty close, but doesn't have flowers. Yeah, I'd say that this one's probably the closest. So let's try it. Ma'am, worry less, please. Hooray! Hop heart. Inhaling smoke from burning the dried leaves of this plant can provide pain relief. Firm leaves grow up the stems, leading to blue flowers. Okay. Is that this one? Firm leaves, stiff leaves, blue flowers. This is probably that. And you are the worry less. Okay, we can go visiting now. 3 miles east of the castle. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flowers grows on a low mound, where there's a dead body. Lovely. Very pretty. Alright, let's do some of this. Taking a screenshot. Alright. Pet the kitty. To distract from the bell. Hello again, Simone. How you doing? I met a strange man on the road to Sedberg not 2 days ago. Stranger still, he asked after you. He said that he had something for you. Don't ask me what. So I told him where to find you. But he looked stricken when I mentioned Undermere. Said he doesn't come near towns at all if he can help it. He was headed west. At least I think he was. Said he was looking for the Winster Spring. I was gonna read that as Winter Spring for sure. I'll write this down for you. Anyway, that's my news. Did you manage to find the plant I wanted? I did. I did actually. As soon as I can find it again, because I have a lot of plants now. This one, yes. More exploring. Man wanted to meet you, headed west from Sedberg, possibly near the source of the river Winster. Alright. Which one's the Winster River? Winster River. River Winster, source of Winster River. Headed west. From where? Headed west from Sedberg. Where was Sedberg again? I mean, this is the description of where he supposedly is. So, headed west from Sedberg. Makes sense. Yes. Source of River Winster. Yeah, that one. The hermit's camp is easy to find, nestled between 2 boulders above the spring. The cooled remains of a fire ringed by stones is the only immediate sign that anyone was here. I call out, but there's no reply. The hermit is not here. A more thorough search of the campsite yields something interesting. Tucked off to one side, I discover some broken pieces of wood arranged on the floor. Down 2 over 3. Alright. Way to be a mysterious, obscure hermit, sir. But now I gotta wait for more will to explore. Down 2 over 3. Okay. Never mind. That's my will to explore. Down 2 over 3. The camp at the Winster Spring has led me to another camp of sorts, where I am greeted by an eccentric man. Oh, yes, yes. Ho, 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 ho. The man says, "You must take this. Take it, take it." At his insistence, I receive the looking glass that he thrusts into my hands. He places an envelope delicately on top. Ho, ho, it's no use to me anymore. Ho, ho, no use. Don't fret. Don't forget the red. The red, the red, the red. Oh, ho, ho, Ebony. I'm sure he's quite mad. Alright. So we got a looking glass, which certainly looks interesting. Okay. And then we got a note. It is said the red ebony, the plant with an E at the end, has the property of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. I have perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant in concert with the viewing window in order to permit the user to see magics otherwise invisible to the naked eye. Alright. So we need to find the red ebony. Which one to use the red ebony? I don't even have one called the red ebony yet. Do I have... can I just scan? Ah. And that's how we do it. So if I find the red ebony... Are you red ebony? You are not. Okay, trying that is probably not a good thing. We probably should figure out which one the red ebony is first before going insane trying random plant combinations. But we know what we're supposed to do with it. So we just need to find red ebony, and I probably should wait until we have a book entry for it. Unless it's one of those weird ones that has like an alternate name or something. Not sure. We'll wait a little bit before we tinker with that. And I don't think I have any more clues to do anything, so ding! Hello, Conrad. How you doing? I'm not long for this world, and I've decided I want to be buried in a grave decorated with the rare and beautiful Cabalia. Like a Dreher huntsman with their Dranthium-covered tombs. Alright. Sorry to hear your news, sir. Cabalia was the 6-flower, or the 6-petaled, possibly 7-petaled. Just 6 or 7-petaled flower. That is all we have to go on. So this one has 5. This one has 4. This one looks about right. That looks about right. 6 petals. Looks very, very similar to the description in the book, or the drawing in the book, with the stamen sticking out, kind of outward. Looks very much correct. It is indeed correct. Eye bright. Take care not to touch this brightly colored thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause severe pain for several days after. A plant that only grows to the south in warmer climates, where they call it loathe, after a long dead king. Known to improve eyesight at night, even in the darkest places. So again, the description of this one would have probably led me to... the other one? Did this one. The mellow glow, because it also has brightly colored thorns. But that's fine. So let's label you Cabalia. I have obviously given up on sorting my flowers because they shift too quickly for me to keep a section of labeled ones versus not labeled ones. Besides, the randomness is fine. Meow, 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 meow. Come here, kitty. 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 I have a kitty. I have a kitty. Okay. Now that we have appeased the kitty, or at least partially appeased the kitty, it's fine. This game actually does not require more than one hand, so this is fine. Ding. Unknown. Your reputation is growing, horticulturist. I hear you're the person to come to for plants that are difficult to acquire. My head feels like it's being torn in two lately. I'm looking for some hop heart. A good thing I have potentially identified hop heart. As soon as I can figure out which one was my hop heart identification. It's one of these. Fever kiss. I am pretty positive that I had labeled the hop heart. Yep, this one. Yep. Copper Caledonian. This plant has a rejuvenation effect, but most who have tried to benefit from its properties have come to realize that it is a curse, not a blessing. Though you may appear younger, you will quickly become more frail and brittle. The red patches that are often seen growing on it are in fact a type of fungus themselves and not part of the plant. I see. Okay, so this one needs relabeling. Remove the question marks. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Okie dokie. Did I try this one? Pretty sure I did, actually. I don't want to go insane, so we're not going to try anymore. I just had to give it a shot. Gila, stop squirming. Stop squirming. Stop squirming. He's squirming so hard. Gila, stop squirming. Alright, fine. You'll sit right back here again. This is fine. Reuben Board has called my unique expertise to aid in his investigation in the Swinside Stone Circle. Unique expertise. Ha! He knows how to flatter an old woman when he wants something. I thought about telling him to suck an egg. Give it a good long thought, actually, but my curiosity has got the better of me. He must be desperate if he's coming to me, and I'll bet they've found something juicy down there. Hopefully not juicy. There's a lot of corpses around lately. Signs of ritual sacrifice, maybe? I could do with some witch fig to take with me. I don't think I've identified witch fig yet, actually. Do I have anything at a glance that looks like the witch fig? No. Not only do I not have anything that looks like the witch fig, I am running out of options for things that I have not yet labeled. So let's take a peek at the book again. Witch fig. A plant that is said to have many uses, including easing the symptom of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It is also well liked by butterflies. Has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which it's often confused with. So let's go to the fever kiss plant. Leaves are pale in color. This one. I see. So remember that thing I said where they look very similar? This was the fever kiss, so this has to be the witch fig. Jacob's Worth. People tend to be drawn to the unusual flowers of the Jacob's Worth, but it is the leaves that have the most interesting properties. It is said they will point the way towards any person you wish to locate and have been used successfully to find many a lost wanderer out in the fells. I feel like that's important. I feel like that's a thing that we should be using on a regular basis. It just says unusual flowers. Now this one, to me, says unusual flowers. The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. Indeed. So this is probably our Jacob's Worth. And then this one is the witch fig. I'm just going to call it witch fig. I don't feel like spelling it with the Y and the double G's. Okay, so we're getting places. We're doing stuff. Pet kitty. Now, she said she was going to the stone circle. So let's go to the stone circle and see if they're going to yell at me or not. The circle of ancient rhyolite boulders has been a site of ritual importance for hundreds of years. A lone pillar of red sandstone stands off to one side. Okay. Okay. I have gone sightseeing for today. Perfect. I never see anybody in your shop. It's a daily surprise to me that you're still in business. Believe me, I wouldn't be in here if I didn't have to be, especially with that damn cat still here. Sir Dickington III, you come to my shop, therefore you see people in my shop on a regular basis. In fact, every time you're here, you see someone in my shop. So, I think you're lying, sir. You need a bishop's parasol. Yeah, I kind of guessed at that one ages ago. Which was this one. Take it. Get the fuck out of my shop. Royal genitalia. Sometimes called Everheart, the pink flowers of the royal genitalia are made up of two dark kidney-shaped petals. One of the few known ways to release the bind of a swift snare is to apply a paste created from the sap of the royal genitalia. Well, I have those. I happen to have the family jewels. The royal genitalia. Perfect. Alright, and then you are indeed the bishop's parasol. Good. Good. Pet the kitty and the day. Do the tarot deck. Not long after the girl left home, her father wept, but he was so caught up in his own grief that he let her go and did not look for her. The old man of Coniston looks out across the lake with blind eyes. His mind wanders with the current, floating gently southward toward the fork. Okay. Another lovely rainy day. Okay. Old Man of Coniston looks out across the lake with blind eyes. So Coniston, and then float south towards the fork. I think that might be the blind guy that we met earlier who pointed at the flowers. I just don't remember where that is. Probably the same guy, though. Coniston. The old man. Coniston. River. Fork. The heavens open up as I reach the fork. I take a moment to pause and listen to the sound of water on water. I am soaked through, but my spirits are high as I return home. I am not empty-handed. 2 new plants today. Purple flower 1 and purple flower 2. Both lovely. They look somewhat like a blue sage or something like that, which I have planted in my garden out front. It does very well. Okay. I don't have anything else to follow up on other than this thing, but I don't have the red ebony note yet, so I don't know what I'm looking for exactly. Could just keep throwing red flowers at it and see what comes up. In fact, let's do that. You. Red flower. Not the correct red flower. Okay, that's fine. Eleanor Bramer. The insects make the salt marshes uninhabitable. Ooh, flashy. People stay away and not much grows there, but I know where to find an unusual plant. I have drawn you a map in case you decide it's worth your time. Thanks, lady. Well, you know what? These people of this town are great. They know I love plants. They don't even come to my shop to buy plants. All the time. They do sometimes. Sometimes they just come to the shop and be like, hey, I saw a neat plant. You want it? And then they just give me plants or tell me where to find plants. Like, these people are great. They engage in my hobbies. They like me as a person and want to engage in my hobbies. These people are awesome. Alright, now we gotta figure out what this is. Shore. Some sort of curvy doodad. Shore. Some sort of curvy doodad. Shore. Curvy doodad. Looks like right about here. The air is thick with flying, biting insects, an unbearable plague. I fight against it for mere moments before I'm overwhelmed. If only I had some blue winter to keep them at bay. Winter boar. Did I have winter boar? Also known as blue aloe or blue winter after its cool blue-gray flowers. I think I know which one that is. That would be this one. Geranthium. A plant with powerful mind-altering abilities. Those who inhale smoke from burning its long, sharp leaves elevate their awareness to levels otherwise unachievable. Some know Geranthium as green eye, a name derived from the telltale sign of overdose, where even the whites of the eyes take on a green tint. Alright. Smoke at your own peril, apparently. Yep. And then you get labeled before I forget. And then you! The blue winter saves my skin, but the swirling mass of insects is so thick in places that it's hard to see. At length, I come across what I came for and hurry the hell away. Another thorny flower. Lovely. You actually will go over by the other one. Because I acquired... I have this thorny one. With these thorns. I have this thorny one with these thorns. And I have the other one that we had previously identified with these thorns. So we have 3 thorny ones, but 2 of them are left unidentified. You can go away. Pet the kitty, ding the bell. Ah, Bethany. Hello, welcome back. Thank you for your help and discretion earlier. The Sisterhood is grateful, but the news that the Arda was poisoned with gilded dendra has everyone worried. The temporary acting Arda is panicking. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but one of the sisters has gone missing. A runaway called Thea that we took in a few years ago. We're trying to find her, and Sister Charlotte remembered that the Jacob's Worth plant is said to help locate people. I do have Jacob's Worth. I don't remember where I put Jacob's Worth, but I have it in here somewhere. Ah, I had the question mark of Jacob's Worth, which is now no longer question mark Jacob's Worth. Solomon's Scepter, also known alarmingly as Hell's Gate and sometimes Solomon's Scorn. The flowers of the plant are commonly used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Many sweet-smelling small flowers grow along the stem. I don't think I have that one, based on the description. Also, witchcraft is not always satanic, depending on which brand of witchcraft you tend to follow. Label. Jacob's Worth. Okay. Pet the kitty. Ding the bell. Hi, Peggy. I read about a wonderful sounding ornamental plant, but my book didn't say what it was called or where to find it. I have many ornamental plants. It has curled leaves and a dark blue flower. I have that one, actually. Curled leaves and a dark blue flower. Here you go. Other brands are available. I wonder if that's... I wonder if that's just testing our knowledge of our existing plants, or if that's a second chance to identify a flower. Because so far from what I've seen, you can't fail at identifying a flower. It'll yell at you if you pick the wrong one, but you can't really proceed until you get the right one. So it feels kind of more like it's testing your knowledge of existing flowers. Hi, kitty. How's a kitty? Come here. Meow. Gita. Hi. Kitty, kitty. Yeah. Gita. Gita. Hi. How are you? He talking to me. Alright. Pet the kitty, pet the kitty. Ding the bell. We've had our eye on you for some time now. Join us. Praise the Dendru. Ominous. Mysterious. Cryptic. I represent a small group called the Seeds of Redemption. Your expertise would be very useful to us, and we have much to offer in return. Let us know we can count on you by leaving a single St. John's poppy flower outside the Sadgill Church before Friday. Do not make the mistake of ignoring us. Praise the Dendru. Praise the Dendru. Okay. Sadgill Church. Which one's Sadgill Church? Sadgill. Do we have a separate spot for the church or just Sadgill? The church isn't hard to find in the small hamlet of Sadgill. This must be the place. You want a St. John's Poppy? I got a St. John's Poppy. kitty. Like that. Oh, was I ever given the option to not join? Because I think the other option is get murdered by plant. I have returned from Swinside. I must admit, I was hoping for more to go on. But there were certainly signs of ritual having been performed at the Stone Circle. And the poor victim, well, the less said about him, the better. Reuben had it right, though, Grizzly. I have the beginnings of a theory, but I'd like to run some tests on a sample of gilded dendra. I suppose that was probably one of our choice points of joining or not. So far, I think we only had 2 other choice points. One was to poison a guy or make him feel better, and the other one was to help the lady with her dreams or not. So I might as well join the secret plant organization. I mean, it seems neat. Do I have the gilded dendra? Is that one that I had identified? Not yet. Gilded dendra. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as the blood succumbs to dendra's miasma, a sure and painful way to die. So the poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. Great. I don't think I've identified a painful, touchy plant yet. We do have the dangerous flower of backbarrow that I received very early on from a clue. It does not, however, mention the plant being painful to touch, whereas other plants have indeed mentioned the plant being painful to touch. So I'm tentative yes on that one, but I want to look at others. I don't actually think I have any others that fit the bill visually, though. My fingers ache from handling this plant. So this was one that has the physical effect. The leaves. The leaves do look kind of right. Long, swoopy, single vein down the middle. Looks about right. But then again, this one also kind of looks about right. The problem that I have is that it does not mention the flower whatsoever. So it's not helpful. Now this one I only have labeled as the dangerous flower of backbarrow because there was a note early on. I think it might be in the archive. Yes, dangerous plant, grows in the hills to the northeast of backbarrow, keep a secret. So it's only labeled as a dangerous plant, but there's no other descriptor to it. So let's go with the one that actually talks about pain from touching it. Great, did it. Maiden Sorrow. Rubbing the soft leaves of this plant between one's fingers and thumb is said to help prevent the mind from wandering, providing a focusing effect. Flowers of this plant droop mournfully, but it is the thorns along its stem that are thought to lend to its name. So that would be this one then. Okay, first off, you are the gilded dendra. Second off, you are the... That is the map. That is absolutely not the book. That was the gilded dendra, and the other one was the Maiden Sorrow. Droopy flower and thorns is what we've got from this one. So I'm going to call this probably correct. Probably a Maiden Sorrow. Okie dokie. And we probably have some others in here that we could identify based on description, but I don't feel like going through the entire book to do that. I'm kind of better off identifying them as they come in if I can. and or identifying them when they're asked for. Just for sanity's sake, I think. Pet the kitty. Ding the bell. Put the labels away. My aunt died 2 weeks ago and I inherited her house. I'd been sifting through her possessions and last night I found something unusual. In a forgotten corner of the attic I found a coffin. More unusual still, it was bound by strong vines, so strong that I cannot cut through them. I immediately thought of your shop. You know about plants, right? I do know about plants. I know a little bit less about coffins, mysterious coffins in attics, but I can try to help. And we wanted forgot where I put it already. Where did I put you? We wanted the royal genitalia. Where did I put the royal genitalia? Ah, dang it. Not too many flowers. I got too many flowers. The royal genitalia. Let's get a description of that. Ah, that's the pink one. Okay, it's fine. It's this one, Family Jewels. Here, have it. What was the reason I'm giving you that one? Why do you need the Family Jewels? Release the bind of the swift snare, which is probably the vine she is referring to. I see. Plant identified. The Family Jewels have been identified. Elderfinium. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to dangerous miasma. Hey, the story's coming full circle. And deadly poison that causes the blood to turn black, etc., etc. Meow. Meow. It has an intoxicating scent, similar to that of Solomon's Scepter. I don't think I have that flower. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. Meow. I don't think I have anything that resembles this, at least. If that's your true face. Yeah, hi, kitty. So, we are in the midst of attempting to figure out a grisly murder by poisonous plant, and we are now given not only the plant that caused it, but the plant that could cure it. I'm not sure we can cure the dead people, but maybe we can prevent others from dying. Hello, kitty. Hello, kitty. This guy's purring too. Kitty. Kitty, kitty. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll keep petting. Pet this kitty too, and the day. Boop. Before she left, she returned to her hiding place and carefully retrieved the book, her excitement building as she did. She couldn't articulate what was so alluring to her about the book, but by now it had become an obsession. 5 miles south of the tallest but one, it grows in peace in the midday sun. So, 5 miles south of the tallest but one. I don't think we have information about what mountains of these are the tallest. Oh, we do. Hey, Gila, stop pushing buttons. We do have it, because we have several mountains that have peak heights on them. So the tallest peak height that I can find at a glance is 978. And just looking around, we got 600 down there, we got 500 down there, 200 over there, 500 over there. So, more glancing, I see 978 here. And then the next, I think, is 902 here. And then it was, what, 5 miles south of that? 5 miles south of the tallest but one. So, yes. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forest here is lush and vibrant. The birdsong feels enchanting like the call of sirens. Nestled in the undergrowth under the shade of a birch tree, a plant grows. Curious. Looks kind of like the, keep wanting to say stinkhorn, but that's a fungus. That's not this. It's the one that's the really giant-ass plant. Giant flower, but it's not this color. It's usually like a brownish reddish, I think. Also stink related, I believe. I don't remember the name of it though. That's not the one that we need though, right? Like in terms of heals. So Solomon's Scepter is this one. But the mention of the other one was the Elderfinium. Intoxicating scent similar to the Solomon Scepter. This does not resemble it, although he did say that he sucks at drawing and that I shouldn't pay attention to his drawings. Stinking Corpse Lily. Yeah, that's the one. I knew it was something smelly. Large blue flower with an odd protrusion. Indeed, it does have an odd protrusion. That is correct. But yes, it has a somewhat similar look to it from my last memory of looking at one of those, which is probably a while ago. So I could be horribly wrong, but that's what first came to mind when I saw it. Pet kitty, ring bell. Hello again, Anne. How are you? I was able to strip away the swift snare's vines and lift the lid. With more than a little trepidation, I'll admit. To my relief, but also disappointment, the coffin contained nothing but dust. At least, that's what I thought at first. But when I looked closer, I discovered a golden amulet amid the gray ash. On the back of the amulet is an inscription that says, "With Solomon's Scepter I awake." Solomon's Scepter. That's a plant, right? Great. She's waking a lich that is currently in powdered form with my assistance. Great. Love it. I didn't actually look at the description of Solomon's Scepter. Flowers of the plant are used in... Okay. Many sweet-smelling small flowers grow along the stem. Okay, that narrows it down to like 3 that I have. Maybe 2. These 2, probably. Light purple flowers. The smell is alluring. Dark purple flowers. Not so smell. You want Solomon's Scepter? Here, have some. Long Veracund. Sometimes called a witch's remedy, the long veracund is believed to lift curses. Small leaves grow in pairs along the stems. Well, that, again, only narrows it down a little bit. That could be this one. But you, get a label. Look. You get a label. Now you. Small leaves grow along the stems. But also, small leaves grow along the stem. But also, small leaves grow along the stem. But of those 3, if those are the only 3 that I've got, this is the only one that's not labeled. So this could be it. Long Vericund. Sure, we'll temporarily label you. We are indeed running out of plants, so that could potentially be that one. We still don't have any more information, do we? You. Red flower. Not that one. Great. Okay. Pet kitty. Ring bell. Mail time. Hello, Mr. Mailman, sir. I heard a shepherd got killed by some wild beast up near the Swinside Stone Circle. They say it slaughtered half his flock as well. People around here don't seem too bothered, but it got them panicked down Foxfield Way. Thanks for the news and the mail. Alright. Mysterious letter. Kentmere Eye, you say. I guess I'm going up browsing. Kentmere Eye. I'm gonna go walk myself into a trap. Kentmere Eye. Kentmere Eye. Kentmere Eye. So that's Grassmere. That's Undermere. Kirkhead. Kentmere. Kentmere Eye. An Eye of Kentmere. I don't actually see it. It's probably somewhere. I'm just not noticing it, but still, I'm distracted by this one because the lake is named Wastewater. Sorry, Wastwater, but still wastewater. I don't think I want to swim in that one. Okay, so I don't actually know where that is. Kentmere Eye. Undermere. Kendall. Probably should use the regular magnifying glass for that, but Killington Lake. Kentmere. I found Kentmere. Kentmere Eye. Guess I could just go to Kentmere and see if that is a thing. I descended to a pleasant valley where a village of Kentmere is situated. On my way, I passed the Brockstone, or Badger Rock, which has always been popular with the local children who challenge each other to scramble up to its craggy sides. I make a beeline to the village church, St. Cuthbert's, which is sheltered by an ancient yew tree. There are many plants to admire amongst the headstones and tombs, but sadly, nothing extraordinary for me to find today. Okay. In that case, I don't know where Kentmere Eye refers to. I don't see anything along it. We do have the River Kent, so the Kentmere Eye could be the source of the river, perhaps? So maybe we need more info. Could also be the stone circle, referring to the eye. But that, it's really far away, so I don't know. Either way, ring the bell. Hello again, Verona. How are you? Well, this is getting interesting. I was able to confirm that it was indeed gilded dendra that was used at the Swinside ritual site. That is a worrying sign. is a plant that is used in several of the darker incantations. And it can't be a coincidence that the very same plant was used to poison the Arda. There must be a connection between this other murder and the Sisterhood. I need some mental clarity to think it through some more. Some maiden sorrow would help a lot. Question mark? Question mark. Red ebony. Hey, we finally got the thing. Finally get the red ebony descriptor. So once I find this one, I can then put it into this thing and start looking for magic. This plant is said to uncover that which is hidden, including buried treasure and secret writings. The red ebony is extremely rare and not well studied. Blood has been spilled over this plant, which is where the red part of the name is believed to have come from, since, confusingly, the large flower is in fact blue. Oh, you red herring son of a bitch. Oh, you sneaky, sneaky people. That was probably to prevent people from getting into the magnifying glass too early by calling it red something, when in fact it is not red at all. Alright, so that's probably this thing then, isn't it? Very possibly. Alright, so you get relabeled. Get relabeled without your question marks. You may have your proper identity. It was indeed a red herring, for sure. Properly labeled as such, even. Okay, so it did say that it is actually blue. However, it didn't tell me any more about it. It gave me this drawing, which, in fairness, does not actually look like the thing that I was pointing at, the new one. But it is a blue large flower. So this is a large blue flower. So this could be it. But it doesn't really match the drawing. Do I have another one that's even close? Because I can only really test another one for today before my brain gets broken or whatever. I don't actually. Don't really actually have another one. Let's test it. Hey, that was the thingy. We figured out the thingy. Okay, so Kentmere Eye. This thing. Oh. Blue glowies. Okay, that doesn't actually help. Okay, that's fair. Do we have any other writings? Anywhere on this place? We have those. We have nothing. Cat. You are not magical cat. Okay, good. Let's go across the top here. Let's go across the bottom here. Nothing. Map. Map. There we go. Also, you. Aha! The Great Oak. Elder Finium grows here. Tomb of the Hunter. Lovely. Now, do those show up in the big map? What? What? Oh, I must actually click on one. Boo! Boo me! Boo! That's fine. I'll just water. I haven't watered my plants in days. Water can. Water my plants. Okay, so I was attempting to see if I could see the magnifying doodad here. Yes. Okay. So, Elderfinium grows here. So let's go to that one. Whoever wrote on my map has been very helpful. I would never have thought to come out to this desolate place in search of a plant life, but quick search yields exciting results. Elderfinium. I'm going to label that now before I forget, unlike the other one. I think it was Finium. Purple. Is that the right name for it? Elderfinium. Yeah, close enough. Hooray! We got the Elderfinium. So let's just keep doing that because I think we have 2 other drawings on the map. Okay, so we did the Elderfinium. We also need to go to the Tomb of the Hunter, which was, what, 2 spots next to Jack's Rake? The memorial bears the name Swaif Pryor. It stirs a memory. He was one of the Dreyer. Theirs is a lonely life at the mercy of a dangerous addiction. They build a tolerance to the Dranthium sap in childhood that they might benefit from its potent effects, but they will die if they stop taking it. An unusual plant grows sparsely around the memorial. So this would be the Dranthium. Where did you get shuffled off to, Dranthium? You, right here. Dranthium. And let's just double check that with the book. Plant with powerful mind-altering abilities. Inhaling smoke, yada yada. Long, sharp leaves. Everything else says no real descriptions. Okay, good. Long, sharp leaves. That's fair. It looks like that. Alright, and then we have one more drawing on the map. At least, I think it's just one more. Also, I'm noticing Kentmere Eye is not on here. I thought it might be revealed as soon as we unlock this thing, but it is not. Tomb of Hunter. So the Great Oak, I think, is the last one. There. A huge tree stands before me, impossibly tall and wide, bigger than I could have ever imagined any living thing might be. Its upper branches graze the sky. Okay, great. I'm sure that'll come in handy later. Whenever we are in need of giant tree, we know where to go. Alright, pet kitty. Ring the bell. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to make a trip back to Blackcomb. Verona noticed something at the Swinside site that has me pondering. A piece of slate with a symbol drawn on it in black. Can't think of anywhere else around here where you'd go to get a slate from. That and Bradley Miller keeps insisting that he saw something up at Blackcomb. Then again, Bradley Miller does claim that fairies stole his wheelbarrow. So, you know. If I'm going to spend a night out in the hills, I'd want to take some Eyebright with me. Wouldn't want anyone sneaking up on me in the dark. I thought I had Eyebright maybe labeled. No, I don't. I don't think I have that one labeled. Eyebright. Brightly colored thorns, right. That was the one that I had suspected was one of the other thorned ones, but we have labeled this one, so this is the brightly colored thorns. Eye bright. Wild coal. The purple berries are recommended by physicians in place of hair of the dog mentality as a tonic for those suffering the effects of having drunk too much the night before. There are some who consider wild coal a sacred plant, perhaps owing to its rarity, and claim that it's bad luck to pick berries from it. So some people want to eat the berries to get over their hangover. Other people are like, no, don't do it. I want them. Alright, so you were the eye bright. Where are my labels? Great. Labels. Map. Thingy. And then we still have this question mark. I mean, we could possibly do that. I mean, this is literally the only symbol that we've got, and it didn't appear to do anything. So, probably need more. Don't know where to get more, but probably need more. Pet kitty ring bell. Forest. Does it ever stop raining in Undermere? You have a reputation in town for knowing about unusual plants. I need gray sandfire. Nobody around here seems to even know what I'm talking about, but I hope I'm in the right place now. Indeed, sir. I think I have what you're looking for. Here, have that. Not even a thank you. Just fades back into the background like he was never here. Ember Soul is thought to have protective properties. It is sometimes given as an offering to various deities in return for sanctuary. Produces flowers with many petals. Watch out for the leaves. They're razor sharp. I have many with many petals. I have few with many petals that are still unidentified, though. Good question. I don't think I had that one yet. Possibly, possibly not. Right, you lose your question mark. Alright, let's do one more day and see how far we get. Because it's getting late. And while it feels like we have a lot of plants here, it also feels like we have a lot of room for plant. And feels like we still have a lot to still uncover. So I feel like we're not quite close to end just yet. And I would hate to think that this is only a 3-hour game anyway, so I'm sure we have more to do. Pet kitty. And the day. Also, if this bar is any indication, we're probably just over halfway done. If we're going on moon phases. If we're going on moon phases, this was our halfway mark. So we would still have 3 more to do. If we're going on length of bar, this one goes from here to here. So we're barely halfway done in the middle of here. So it kind of depends on if they're going by moon phases or length of bar for their indicator. So we might still have quite a bit more to go. At first she felt free, but it wasn't long before the reality of her situation began to take its toll. She stole food when she was hungry and slept in makeshift shelters, not knowing where she was going, not caring. Eventually she made her way to Grisdale Forest. Are we learning of the start of the sisterhood through this story? Because that's where Grisdale Forest goes to. She could be also just a joiner of the sisters, instead of like the formation of. Day 8, Friday. So we're on day 8, which is the beginning of effectively a new week because we started on day 1 Friday. So this is good. We're getting places. Oh, actually, hang on. Let me grab you. Aha! Sneaky. It just glows the symbol. I thought there was going to be more writing. It just glows the symbol. Sad. Thought there was going to be more sneakiness to it all. And our button pushing is reset. Oh well. Okay, Loic to Ilgil Head. Foxfield to Crinkle Crags. Those are words. Crinkle Crags. Loic to Crinkle Crags. So we've got column 15 to 16, roughly here to here. Loic to Ilgil Head. Loic to Ilgil Head. And then Crinkle Crag to Foxfield, which is here. So I think here is our cross point. The magpie sees me before I see it. I do not know how long it has been watching me, but I can tell that it is interested in my movements. A strange sensation creeps over me, and I feel an urge to leave this place, but not before collecting a plant for further study. One for sorrow. Turning to leave, I see another magpie, and another plant I've never seen before. Two for joy. Two new plants! That looks very much nearly identical to the other one that we had up here, which was the same, basically the same flower, different leaves. So this was the one that was the highly addictive, toxic plant that makes you see things or whatever. So good to know that we've got this one identified first before finding this one. Otherwise, these two would have been a little bit tricky to distinguish between. And then you're just pretty. I don't know what you are yet, but you're pretty. I totally forgot to do a thing. Red ebony. Here, you get a red label. I used it, I identified it, and then I've completely forgot it existed after that. Alright, I don't think we have anything else to do because we have done the thing. I still haven't figured out Kentmere Eye yet. That there's no other writing on this, and there was no writing on the map to identify Kentmere Eye separately from Kentmere itself. So I'm assuming we get more info later. Maybe. But pet the kitty, ring the bell. You were wise to pledge your support to the Seeds of Redemption. Together, we are stronger. Now that the Dendru has awoken, the redemption is upon us. It is a glorious time. Our deeds will be remembered for 1,000 years. Those of us that have put our faith in the woken Dendru will be saved, but we must act swiftly. Is this a death cult? Did I join a death cult? We will be in touch soon. Praise the Dendru. Okay. Okay. Let us read his bio if we can. We do have all the bios except for one now. This is good. A man who claims to represent the group known as the Seeds of Redemption. He grew up in nearby Gosforth, but is rumored that he spent some time in the Rydal Cave. It is not clear what happened in the intervening years, but by the time he came to Undermere, he had dedicated his life to the one he calls the Woken Dendru. Great. This is very useful. The cultist. I have joined a death cult. Unintentional. I thought I was just joining a herbology society or something like that. No. Death cult. Great. Okay, so we have Faye, who is the mystic. We have Bethany, who is part of the Sisterhood. We have Verona, the Scholar, the Occult Scholar specifically. Don't you just hate joining death cults by accident? Indeed. I'm sure it has happened more than once. So this is the Occult Scholar, this is the Psychic. Reuben Ward, the Investigator. Simone Green, the Librarian. Forrest, the Hunter. He was not seen with his gun last time I looked at him, but sure. Unknown, the Woman in the Jade Mask. She is occasionally seen in Undermere, but people understandably avoid her cold demeanor. I don't know, she seemed fine to me. I helped her with her headache. Death Cult Man. And then Isidore Burbridge, the Barrister. Alright. Ring the bell. Wait. Let's go look at whatever, the eye place again. Kentmere Eye. River Kent, the eye of the river, so we could go one spot up. Let's just give that a shot, see if that does anything. Why did I come here? That is a solid question. I thought I had good logic behind that, but okay, fine. Ah, hello, lady. My mind is clouded, dark. I see it, and it sees me. All of me. Elder Finium is the answer. It must be. I will not forget those who helped me, horticulturist. Well, I happen to have some Elder Finium. Which one was it, though? It was one of these. It was in here somewhere. We'll find it. We'll find it. Meligo Shimalung. Butterball. Warriorless Elderfinium. This one. That's right, because I got it by finding it, but I never officially confirmed it because no one has asked for it yet. You may have it. Great. Larkshine. Larkshine is a plant with a powerful defense mechanism. It releases stinging barbs triggered by a light touch. The pain is said to be unbearable and can last for several days. Sometimes confusingly called kidney flower, this is thought to be a reference to the kidney-shaped seeds held within the spiny pods that grow on this plant. I personally have been stabbed by plants that last for several days. It is unpleasant. Hello, Grace, with a Y. My mum was into horticulture. I found this among her things. Golden light, that's a plant, right? I'm not sure what long Meg could mean, though. Is that another plant? Anyway, I thought you should have it, just in case it's any help. She loved this shop. See, once again, the locals taking an interest in my interests. Golden light. Start at Long Meg, South 3, East 2. Okay, so we gotta find Long Meg. I don't know what Long Meg is. I'll figure it out. Long Meg as opposed to Short Meg. Long Meg. Probably short for something. We got low wood, but that is not Long Meg. River Loon, River Kent, River Gilpin, River Winster, River Lowen, River Crake. We got Loic. That is also not Longmag. We got River Duden. River Urt. Wastewater. Undermere. River Esk. Where are you, Longmag? Longmag. Longmag. Where's Longmag? I don't know where Longmag is. So we potentially have two places that I don't know where they're located yet. We got Longmag, and then we got the Kentmere Eye. I don't know exactly what Kentmere Eye is referring to. If it is not the eye of the river. I guess technically it's the mouth of the river, but I figured they might be stretching it a bit. But yeah, I don't see a Longmag or anything that seems to resemble Longmag. Closest we probably have is Low Wood. So let's skip that for the moment. And maybe figure it out later. No, there's no magic writing on there. Alright, pet the kitty. Ding the bell. Help me. The amulet. I can't remove it and it's drawing life from me. You want Long Veracund? I think I had one of those. Here, try some of that. Fuck. That is not Long Veracund. Let's go ahead and unlabel that. Question mark. Sorry for almost murdering you, ma'am. Let me try again. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. I do find it interesting that they chose to go with the Voynich manuscript for their book label here. Because I literally just watched a short video on the Voynich manuscript, and I've heard of it over the years. Fascinating piece of work. Meow. What are we looking for again? Long Veracund, yes. As opposed to Longmag, which we're also looking for. Which remedy Long Veracund is believed to lift curses. Small leaves grow in pair along the stems. That is really not helpful. Because that describes this one, that describes the other ones. This one. This one is new. And the sparsity of the leaves more aptly matches the book drawing. So let's go with this one. Great. Oh, and she's young again. I can feel it working, thank you. Let me label that one before it goes away. Long Veracund. You may be blue. Did I even come close to spelling that correctly? Spelled it right the first time I put it in. Yes, close enough. Yes. You're welcome, ma'am. Nice to see you young and spry again. See, I noticed you didn't take off the amulet, though. Alright, that's fair. Whatever. You do you. Caldery. The uses of Caldery are not well known. Some say it has applications in dark magic, but this author has found neither substance nor specifics to back up those claims. Those who worship the huntress, Arduina, place this flower as an offering to ensure a successful hunt. It grows from a thin stem with small leaves. that, again, does not clarify things. Gila. Gila kitty. Gila kitty. Come here. Come here, kid. Come here, kid. Kitty. Meow. Hi, kitty. How are you? Kitty. Okay. I don't think I see a flower that matches this description at the moment. So we'll skip that. Alright. I don't see any hints of longmag. I was thinking that might be a plant, but the only one we have is long vericund. I don't think we have meg anything or another, so we can't start at a plant that grows at a specific location, for example. So yeah, I think we just gotta either reread the map or figure it out later. Nope. If it's something that I heard about in passing, you know, a flower otherwise known as long meg grows at this location or something like that, or if it's like, you know, Egremont Castle that has a mysterious occupant that used to live there that might have been known as long meg at some point. Hard to say for sure. I feel like I might have heard of something, but I don't know off the top of my head, so we'll leave it for now. Pat the kitty, ring the bell. Howdy, Amos. How you doing? It's good to see you, my friend. I've been on the road so long, I'd started to wonder if you were still on the other end of the letters I've been sending. Ah, yes, you have been sending letters, haven't you? I'm back in town for a few days, and I wanted to give you these before I forget. I found them in the pocket of an overcoat that belonged to your uncle. I almost threw them away, but I thought the symbols on them might mean something to you. Ha-ha! We have the rest of these about to show up. Ha-ha-ha-ha! Indeed. Indeed. And then this one could be either front or back, assuming we got them in the correct order. That's a very bold assumption, but it's the only assumption I've got to go on at the moment. So let's just give it a shot. So we got... yeah... Blah... Divvy... Boop. So we try this order instead then. No. Is there information? There is information. There is information. They're torn. Torn asunder, even. This one doesn't fit there. This one fits there. This one fits there. Torn asunder and renewed. Nope, that was already right. Now, before we finish this, I'm gonna go read his bio because he was the final bio here. Amos Duncan is a well acquainted with strange horticulture and enjoys drawing the plants within. He spends most of his time outdoors, where he occasionally comes across unusual looking plants in untrodden places. He collects sketches in his field book, but not the plants themselves, preferring to leave that to others with more expert knowledge. So he draws the plants he finds out in the wild, but he does not actually collect the plants. So he may actually be... no, he's not the author of this, because this is Wilfred Voynich, which I think is our uncle. That's signed by WV down here. Okay, that's fair. Alright, so last one here. Aha! Ha 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 ha. Alright, let's screenshot that for posterity in case it comes up again. Trimblehuff. The Trimblehuff is traditionally used as decoration at weddings, as it is thought to strengthen relationships. A cross-section of the small cup-like flowers. They generally point downwards to avoid filling with water and to allow easy access for pollinating insects. Do I have any downward cup flowers at the moment? I don't think I do. Hi, kitty. I mean, this is a downward cup-ish flower. These are downward cup-ish flowers, but those are identified. I don't think I have any unidentified downward cup-ish flowers at the moment. Kitty, kitty, kitty. All right, good. Next. Devil's Night Trap. Nightcap. Sorry, I keep thinking that C in their lettering is an R. This plant is known colloquially as a corpse's friend. If ingested as a seed, it will cause a slow, agonizing death, and the plant will grow out of the body once deceased. Great. It has a light, pleasant scent, not dissimilar to pine needles. Boiling the root in vinegar creates a tonic against fevers and poisons. Lovely. Long words. Yep. Robert Barrow's Medicinal Herbology, Black Hill Road, Kendall. Lovely. And a coin of sorts. 1813, Godsforth. Gosforth. Great. We got a coin. We got a coin. Great. Okay. This is the Briar's Disc, probably. A Briar's Disc, often called a smuggler's disc, is a simple device that can be used to send coded messages. The location of cached cargo, for example. The principle is cunningly straightforward, but the code is undecipherable to prying eyes. Both parties must be in possession of a disc of identical size with the same symbols etched around its edge and a map. This is our Briar's Disc. Got it. Yep. To encode a location, you would then place a disc over some named point on the map nearby, and note whichever symbol is pointing to the location. It may be necessary to string multiple symbols together, but you can use this method to reach any other point on the map as required. Which is great, except for I don't think we have any symbols provided to us yet by this doodad. But this is then going to be used to identify a location that we need to find. Eventually, whenever we start getting symbol clues. Then we have this thing. I don't think that's helpful yet. Gosforth. This could refer to the giant oak. Where's Gosforth? Gosforth was... That's Grasmere. Backbarrow, Grisdale. Gosforth. I don't know. It might not actually be here. I'm not seeing it, but it could refer to the oak. Huge tree. Oak. Big tree. Yep. Fair. Alright. If that did refer to the oak and had something to do with it, it was not readily apparent. That's fine. I'll put you in there somewhere. And we'll put you in the notes section until further notice, as well as this one. So this one, we could potentially go to Blackhall Road, Kendall. Robert Barrow's Medicinal Herbology. Do we have Kendall as a location? Kendall, yes. So we could go visit the herbology. So let's go do that. Once we recharge, we'll just recharge by time. Kitty. Belle. Simone! Nice to see you again. I have no idea what any of this means, but it seems like something you might find interesting. I found it while clearing out the nook off the east wing. Baylock's Elixir. Made from the crushed petals of 3 distinctive plants, Baylock's Elixir is a potent aid to memory, allowing those who drink it to ensure that they retain important information that they will never forget. Care must be taken after drinking, however, to avoid the fate of Grey Gale, who slowly lost her mind after taking Baylock's and staring at a blank wall for 12 hours. Alright. Alright, fair. Okay, we'll just slap that note aside. I believe we have at least one of those flowers unidentified right here. Don't know which one it is, but it looks very much like this one. I don't think we have the ability to do mixes and whatnot, so it's probably going to come in later when it asks me for the 3 of them. But we shall see. Okay. Let's go attempt to visit Kendall. I find the medicinal herbology shop off Blackhall Road. I know you, says the man behind the counter. Robert Barrow, presumably. You're the owner of Strange Horticulture. 2 hours later, after a lengthy and engaging discussion covering a variety of botanical subjects, we decide on a trade. It turns out Robert is a collector of unusual fungi, and I have just the thing for him. The Copper Caledonian. I don't think I have identified the Copper Caledonian yet. So let us attempt to identify the Copper Caledonian. This plant has a rejuvenation effect, but most who have tried to benefit from its properties have come to realize that it is a curse, not a blessing. Though you may appear younger, you will quickly become more frail and brittle. Red patches that are often seen growing on it are in fact a type of fungus themselves and not a part of the plant. So this could then refer to this one, which has the red warts growing on it. I think that's the only fungus I have. Nope, not true. This one also has red patches on it. Smells rotten. This one has red patches on it, but we've already identified that one. This one also has red patches on it, but we've identified this one. So it's either this one that smells rotten or this one that is a mushroom-like plant with red warts growing on it. Now that's a suspicious wording that makes me think that this is the right one. A mushroom-like plant, but 'tis not mushroom. And then if we go to Copper Caledonian, this plant has a rejuvenation effect. The red patches growing on it are a type of fungus and not a part of the plant. I think that's the tricky wording on it that they're going for. Indeed. I got 3 plants out of the deal. Plant, plant, and plant. Love them. Alright, so let's label you. I think that was the word. Is that the word? Copper Caledonian, yes. Okay. Okay, good. You are checked off and done. You are not checked off at done because we have still not found Long Meg. Note, these 3 are technically done, but we'll leave them right there because that's fine. And end of day. So let's go ahead and end the day, get the notes from the end of day, and then we'll call it there. In Tibet, a noble elder stood silently watching starry skies. I think we actually saw a person who was standing there watching the skies. I don't remember. A young woman alone in the world, she was taken in by the sisterhood and given a home. It was a chance for redemption, a new start. So she indeed is just joining the sisterhood. This is not like a tale of the beginning of the sisterhood or whatever. Although that would have also been kind of neat. I am curious who we're learning about, because we do have a sister NPC. This also could be us, ourselves, although if we were a sister as the main character, they would probably have been less suspicious of us when we tried to enter their forest. This could also be a story of the leader person who was killed, but we're gonna have to find out later. So far, I'm digging it. I have had a couple issues with their clues, but it's been mostly fine, and we've figured it out after a try or two, so it hasn't been too bad. But yeah, I dig it. Oops, I clicked a button. I turned off my thing. Oh no, that would reset anyway. Damn it. Whatever, it's fine. So that'll be it for Strange Horticulture for tonight. I do believe Strange Antiquities is coming soon. Let's see if I can find their thing to see if they have a date yet for it. To be announced. So no. So we'll probably finish this next stream, however, whenever that may be, sometime soonish. And then we'll have probably a while to wait before Strange Antiquities comes. But I'm enjoying it. It's nice. I like the peaceful aspect of it. I like the plant identification. I love the slight puzzliness to it. It's neat. I like it. So, that'll be it for tonight. Tracy, the one, Ducks, anyone else who may still be lurking out there, I appreciate you hanging out. And I will see you all next time. Bye.